Yo, what's good, man? It's the Hard Knicks podcast. Your boy Eru is here. I got Ralph in the background. We're gonna be talking about what happened the last few games, man, with the Knicks. We're a mediocre team, in and out. 5-5. Last time we talked, it was 3-3. So I mean, I can just bring Ralph up in here. What's good, Ralph, man?
Yo, what's going
What's
on,
good, my
Hero?
brother?
Salute to everybody, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to Knicks Nation.
Hey, man, you always looking handsome, man. You always got the color coordination going.
Oh, thanks, bro.
The chain is swinging.
Let me let me tell you. When I first started, my first video, I was rough. Like, it's a long way coming for me. It's just building and just making sure. Had to. Anyways, that's another story.
So that's the real reason, right? You went to the gym, you said, but I think everything else you had to you had to shave, you had to make sure the
Yo,
hat was matching the jacket. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Shining up the
yeah, just
gold on the neck.
right. No, just try to I mean, I try to keep, I do. I'm like, Ralph, I'm gonna have to step up now. Like, I'm gonna have to keep things fly. Like, that's how I am as a person. But like
Yeah,
before, when YouTube, I was just like, nah, whatever. I didn't care. But
right.
when I saw sometimes I didn't shave, and sometimes bro, like I have some videos. I'm like, yo, like what's up with it? I'm like, but I was like, okay, I gotta
You got to step it
taking
up.
this thing serious, man. If I, like, bro, I've lost. I'm selling some of my Jordans just because they're not Knicks colors. Like the more I do this, the more it's like,
The more you get more obsessed with the Knicks and stuff.
yeah, like I was like, yo, listen, why am I wearing a Bulls color? Like I could wear Jordans, I don't care, but like, I'm like, why am I wearing a Bulls color? Like I'm like, I was like,
Yes, I am
it
too.
starts to play the role,
Like right now, if I'm not wearing like this is really like an undershirt for me,
right?
or whatever. But if I'm outside, I'm always wearing Knicks colors. If I'm not wearing my stuff, the
Right.
diehard Knicks stuff, I'm wearing something Knicks. I don't wear regular clothes anymore.
Right, and look, and to some other people, like look, I was a Knicks fan when and I used to wear my black and red Jordan ones, my Chicago Jordan ones that are coming out soon. I like it. I used to have, but I'm like, bro, like I'm not gonna. That's more money being spent. Why am I gonna try to coordinate black and red, and then I'm gonna try to coordinate my Knicks colors? It's Knicks all day with me. So it's all about the New York Knicks with me, and now it's all about also I do so much, I do so much with these videos. It's not just
Well,
like,
well, what do you think about this RJ Barrett sneakers, man? You seen the sneakers he wear, those
yeah,
puffy orange ones? What do you think about those? You like them?
he had a yellow pair on that yesterday's game, right, against the Memphis Grizzlies. I kind of like that sneak. I like the colorway, at least. I'm gonna start that. I like the colorway. um
So these
I
are the sneakers
would.
in question, man. Do you like these sneakers? Because they don't look like this on screen. On screen, they look like marshmallows, man. This has like a more of like a knit kind of thing, but on screen it looks like marshmallow. What do you think about these
I
sneakers?
don't know, but I would consider maybe getting the RJ Barrett ones.
But
I
these are
might.
the ones that he wears. He wears these.
But I know I'm talking about the white and red and the white and blue joint. Like I
With the
might
same
consider
style.
that. I might consider, like, out of respect for RJ and Nick's Nation, like I consider that. You know what I'm saying?
So which one do you see them on the screen anywhere?
Um,
Because I like these. The ones that he originally had. I like these. Because I have quite a few pairs of these. This is like they're like the Puma. I forgot what they call, but these are really comfortable. I got a few pair of these. I don't know if you
okay.
can see them. Those are really cool.
No, it's the one that he premiered in the Puma store. It was like the left foot is white and red and the right foot is white and blue.
Okay, so this is something new that he did. Is this it right here?
No, no. Oh man, I got the poster. I mean, I can.
So how was that?
Oh, there it goes right there.
This one right here. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was that event? Because you was at that event. How was that event with
Yeah, it was, yo, man. It was see, that pair I might consider doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are cool. But I
You
wish
know,
he would wear those in games. He don't even wear those in games.
yeah, those I might that looks like, like
Like you go rock it with
I
something.
I could wear that. I could wear that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could play
Even
ball and then you could throw some jeans over it and walk out the gym with and still be looking cool.
You know what it is? Right now I'm getting real big into low tops.
Yeah,
Right. So right now I'm buying a lot of Jordan 1 lows.
yeah,
Um and I'm very big into Jordan 1 highs and Jordan 1 lows.
yeah.
So lately, so I would consider like like and I also wear Nike lows. I'm like lately I was like I'll get those pair. You know, uh,
These are my everyday shoe right here. These that I'm wearing.
okay.
I wear these every day. They're kind of like a neon kind of red, but
Mm-hmm.
they're comfortable. Luca was wearing these all last season. He's wearing the green version of these. These are really comfortable.
Luca got some dope sneakers though. I think I'm starting to like some of Luca sneakers.
Yeah, sneaker game right now is crazy. There's a lot of great designs and
Yeah,
stuff.
but I feel like that is the hardest sneaker that RJ Barrett got. That right there, the white and red and white and blue joint.
Yeah,
Like that's that. Let me see that Nick color. What's up with that Nick color on the right?
this one, oh, this is like the New York Post version. He did a New York Post promotion.
That's it.
Those are cool, but I don't know about wearing the New York Post on my feet like that. You know, maybe
But
I
it
wipe
looks
my ass. If it was the New York Post, I wipe my ass with the New York Post. I don't know about wearing it on my feet.
that's it says New York. It says New York. Does it say Post?
No, but I mean, the font. The font is like New York. They're like the New York
Oh, New
Post
York
font.
Post. All
Yeah.
right,
So it reminds me too much of it. So I couldn't wear those. But they look dope though. I like them.
right.
With the Puma on the side.
It only got a few sneakers that has
Yo, I got quite a few Knicks sneakers, man. If you want to battle one day, we come on here. If you want to battle with sneakers, Knicks sneakers, I'll battle with you.
Uh, I got I can show you three real quick, but I mean, do we have time? I can show you what I got,
Whatever,
and then
show me what you got. What you got?
all right, but
Give me one. Give me one. Give me one.
let me turn off the camera just in case, real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, just in case no chicks jump out the closet on you.
No.
No, baby, please.
No, because sometimes
Now, Ero's a dude, man. He's on a computer. What are you talking about? Who's this fucking bitch named Eru? Every Tuesday hanging out with this guy. What's good, guys? Shout out to Almighty Finesse. Let me get this up out of here. Shout out to Almighty Finesse checking us out, man. This is me and Ralph here. Ralphie's going to show me some sneakers. So we're going to get into some Knicks action, man. We're going to talk about the game, talk about everything that happened this week. The Knicks are mediocre, man. So, shout out to everybody. I know Almighty saw the game and saw the replay, and I was laughing, man. I didn't get a chance to cut that tape up yet, but I was trying to show Ralph, me laughing at the different players on the team, man. It's like we're kind of like a joke. But at the same time, like, what are our expectations? Are we trying to be like all world? Are we trying? I mean, like, what are we right now? We have to be realistic of who we really are. You know what I'm saying? And we basically mediocre. We can't get too funky with our takes on certain players and stuff. But we'll get into it whenever Ralph pulls out he's trying to pull out the flyest one. I know Ralph, man. He's on one side. He's in the closet now, and he's looking like, man, should I show him this one or should I show him this one? I don't know, man. I don't know. Ralph is crazy, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Trav. What's good, Trav? Ralph ain't got no pants on. That's why I'm telling you he ain't got no pants on. He ain't got no undershirt. I know that. He got the chain swinging with no shirt on underneath. He probably ain't got no drawers on either. We snapping on Ralphie 80 here. Man, Ralph is crazy. Where the fuck is Ralph at, man? Shout out to Almighty. Yo, Ralph, what is you doing? I don't know. He's doing the most. I know that shit. He's doing the most right now. Yeah, man. But, like for anybody out there that plays ball and stuff like that, these Pumas are probably like the best. They're right now they're probably like the best basketball sneakers. I think Nike's too narrow, and then they get really getting real bland with the things. They really just going with the Kobe's, the Kobe look. So every sneaker looks like the Kobe. So I mean, these Pumas, at least they're trying. The toe box, for those that want to pause that, you can pause it if you want to. But the toe box is not as narrow. It's a little bit wide. You got room for your feet. You keep it snug for the top of your foot. Make sure you have a good lockdown if you're playing ball. And they're good, man. I really like them, man. These kicks here, they have so many different colors, man. But which is the best picture. This is probably the best picture.
Yeah, there's something right. I still like the first one. That white and blue, white and red. That's my joint. Like I'm sticking with those.
Yeah. This one right here. This is like this is probably my favorite one. Not necessarily the color. I'm just talking about the stylish shoe. So you got your kicks, man. What you got?
Ready? So this is the one I wore on I mean, it's not a Nick colorway, but this is the one that I wore. Like when I saw y'all in the home opener, this is
Yeah.
my joint. Like if I'm gonna go, I'm wearing my. You gotta have the Royals. Now, personally, like the highs are the way to go, but I'm digging low tops. So lately,
Okay.
I'm a low top guy. Like I'm just give me this and some sweatpants with the
Yeah.
cuff. I'm gone. Like so that's one.
Yeah. For me, I probably would have threw some orange laces up in it just to be real ignorant with it.
Yup, yup.
Amadi
I used to
Amadi
do
Finesse said, "What the fuck are those?
that. Right. So
Are they
this
good
is
for your
another
ankles?"
one. Um, some Air Max ones. You know, my Air Max ones. These are called like the friendly.
Yeah, those are good. Those are nice. I like those.
Those are yeah. So, but I know the Jordan One lows. They have a lot of love and hate.
Yeah.
Um, but that's lately. That's how I be. I like to be. I like to like even. I don't like. I'm already tired. I already got the sneakers that that everybody like. Once you have sneakers that a lot of people love, you're like, yo, bro, I need something a little bit in
Outside the
between.
box.
This is another one that like when I want to wear my neck stuff.
Hmm.
So, but I need to kind of go down half a size, but it's another story. But it
Yeah.
has orange, so I'm like this is what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, those are fly. Those are nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, those are cool. But for this guy Francisco Carrillo, man, he was asking about ankles and stuff. So I mean, these sneakers now, the way that the new ones are, they make the bases heavy and wide, kind of. So it takes the pressure off the ankles. So you have a more stability when you're landing and walking around. So I don't know how they do that, but the technology now is like they're not really emphasizing like all the wrapping around your ankles. They're just emphasizing like your foot landing properly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get out of these sneakers. These are the best, I think. These Pumas. I think they call them. I think these are the Clydes. I think they call them something Clyde something. These are dope, man.
I mean, when I was hooping, I was hooping in my Monarchs. So I just like just and this is my last one though. These are my Knicks. These are my Knicks.
Oh man, those are the shits right there. Where'd you
Yeah.
get those from?
Oh, sorry. Let me put the camera.
Where'd you get those from?
Oh, probably
'Cause I've
bought
been
them
looking
at
for
Go.
those.
Go. I buy at Go and I sell at Go too.
Okay, so you got it from off of Go. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
shop
I've
at.
been looking for those, man.
Yeah, these are the. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. This one sparked me to get. Oh, but I mean, I got other. I got, bro. I got. I mean, even though like it's showing Yeezys like the thing to do. I mean, I got them. I got some dope Yeezys, Nike Yeezys, but
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna get into that. But those are my Knicks. But like when I go Knicks, those are my Knicks colors. I'm like, yo, man, I'm sticking with my Knicks colors.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like kicks, man. I'm a big kicks guy. But
Low
I mean,
top.
speaking of kicks, whatever, we were showing RJ kicks and stuff like that. So, speaking of kicking, RJ was kicking Randall around a little bit because, RJ thought he was Larry Bird last night with little 3-point shots, step back jump shots or whatever. So you want to show that interview from RJ? I mean,
Short.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it. We interview. This is RJ interviewing Randall in the game yesterday.
Oh, but you have the volume up.
Nah, he right. He don't do that. RJ sucks.
Yo,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't hear nothing.
Oh, you couldn't hear the interview?
No, I gotta hear the audio.
Oh my God! Tell me, everybody else, can you hear the audio out there? Gotta share it again. Yeah, that sucks, man. I don't think the audio was on. So you let the audio play, man. You didn't say the audio wasn't working.
Steph
You can hear
Curry,
it now, right?
Randall. When you check back into the game and you did that snatch, step back three right off the bench. I mean, that's incredible. How you do that?
I mean, I just learned from from the man himself.
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Timothy Barrett.
Nah, that's all right. That's all right.
Let it go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't do that. You know,
What is he talking about?
you're talking about that he got it from RJ. RJ does a step back 3-point shots, man. RJ's don't step back 3-point shot is the worst, man. I am just not a fan of RJ, man. What do you think about RJ?
I mean, I like to bust his chops, but I like RJ. Of course, I like RJ, but if I could bust his chops sometimes, But I bust Julius Randle's chops too. But a lot of people, I like to bust RJ's chops more because a lot of people take offense to it. So it's fun. It's fun to bug RJ.
But my thing is, what's the difference between Julius and RJ? Because I mean, RJ would do something like he'll go into 3 defenders, or he'll take too many dribbles, or he'll get an air ball, or something like turnover. But then RJ does the same thing, and nobody says nothing. Nobody bats an eye.
Right.
That annoys the fuck out of me, man.
I don't know, man. It's easy to. I like bothering RJ.
Yeah,
he's a great player, but I did watch, like when I was watching the game, there was that thing that RJ Barrett he already feels like the world is against him. So I'm like,
who RJ?
get concerned about that. Like, RJ Barrett takes everything too serious. Like, he already feels like, everybody's against him. You know what I mean? Like,
so do you think he's like a perfectionist or something like that? Because a lot of times these little layups and stuff, I feel like he's too busy doing 1, 2, 3. Like he's counting in his head or how many steps to make and the trajectory of the shot and
a lot of nice layups from RJ, but he misses a lot of them too.
Yeah,
like
air balls. He be getting air balls on layups.
Yeah, he has a lot of layups. Second to Cam Reddish. I would say second to Cam Reddish, but Cam Reddish finishes though.
Yeah,
he finishes them.
Yeah, definitely. If he doesn't finish, he scores.
Sometimes he does bad. It doesn't, sometimes there are mistakes that Cam Reddish makes, but for the most part, he's more reliable than not. If Cam is gonna drive, I'm like, oh snap, he's in his bag right now. He's in his bag.
How come 6'1", Jalen Brunson can score at will, man? That guy's scoring amongst the trees and he never misses layups.
That footwork, oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Salute to Shot Power. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody. I want to make sure I salute. I didn't ignore anybody.
Yeah, everybody's there. Everybody's watching. Everybody was wondering what the hell's taking you so long. You're looking for the perfect sneakers. You're gonna blow
because you know what? It's a good thing too because it's like it's a one-time thing. So if I already knocked it out, like it's already behind us. I already showed you my shoe collection. Like at least the shoe collection that I'm building with my Knicks, like you don't understand. Like I got a collection that I have to sell them. Like I'm keeping these and I'm about to sell 10. And I'm like, I got to take pictures.
So is that why you do it? Do you buy to sell, or you buy because you like to collect a certain type of shoe?
I like sneakers. I used to buy sneakers too. But I was already set. I didn't have no sneakers to buy no more. I was done. Okay. But then I'm like, the more I started doing all this, then I'm like, I can't do Bulls colors no more. Like, this is gone.
Yeah. Like,
these days are over. Like, these days of wearing any Bulls colors or another team's color, no. Like, that's not happening. It has to have some blue or some orange these days. Like, and I try to make it, try to keep it cool. You know what I mean? It's blue and orange over here.
Yeah, trying to keep it flying with it. You got the foam posits. Everybody got those. I feel like I feel like
I don't know.
Because you can find those anywhere. Like some Knicks sneakers, you really have to dig for them. Like those Jordans you just showed, the ones that's behind you, those Jordans, those are hard to find, man. You really have to look for those.
Yeah, I bought them. I'm glad I got them out the way too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the thing too. You want to get them out the way.
What size you wear?
11 and a half.
Oh man, so I wear a 12, so I can't rock 11 and a half.
Oh my! I got some Jordan 1s that great. It's a 12. It's not my size. I need to drop it to 11 and a half.
I need the orange and blues, man. I need some orange and blue stuff.
Yeah, if you want that gray one, let me know. If you want that one,
man, I definitely got to keep that orange and blue stuff.
Orange and blue.
We got to be efficient, man. Keep our collection efficient.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like we, living in New York, like when I had my own spot, believe you me, I was 100. First of all, I already got. I'm 200 sneakers in. Like I think I have like 100 or two. I'm not gonna say 200. I think I got 100. Like I got a solid 100 that I'm trying to downsize. I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta go.
Right.
Oh yeah, I gotta go.
So you're trying to get efficient with your stuff, man. So I'm segueing into Julius Randle talking about efficiency in the post game. So let's get into what he was talking about.
Julius, what would you say would be the biggest change you've made coming into this year?
Efficiency. Just trying to be efficient in everything I do. Making quick decisions, be efficient, and honestly, just having fun, man. Put a smile on your face. Go out there, have fun. Remember why you play the game. Remember your why. And I'm just going out there, just all about the team. Just playing for the team and having fun.
Yeah, I like what he said. Remembering about your why. That's all cliche stuff. Where your why you play the game and why you do certain things, why you work out and stuff like that. A lot of players, they got to remember that because they get into the arguing, they get into like the theatrics of the game, but they forget what it is all about.
I like that he owned up to it, that he wants to be efficient.
Yeah.
Like, how many arguments I was going through in the summer because people did not want to talk about efficiency.
Yeah.
They could talk about Julius Randle's efficiency, but when it comes to other players who were not efficient last season, they're like, that's considered RJ Barrett hate. I'm like, well, how is that hate?
Yeah.
He needs to get back.
Either.
Julius Randle owns up. He came up he literally said, "I want to be more efficient." Bro, that's good enough for me, bro. Like, okay, and he did it, and he got the job. So I'm proud of him for that. Like, I feel like this is a great season for me. Like, he's owning up to the fact that he wants to be. Because I told you last season, 2 months ago, if Julius Randle shoots 40% this season, I'm not putting up with that. I'm not defending 40% from the field. So he's playing better, and then let's get those free throws percentage up, and let's go to the 3-point percentage up. Let's get it up. So shout out to Almighty Finesse, because he was talking about the orange foam posits are fire,
right?
But but the thing is, like, this era is growing into I like the white ones. I'm the white foam posits that you could take my 150 for those. You know what I'm saying? But like the orange ones, I'm a little debatable. The only one that I like that's orange sneaker right now that is like orange that I'm like, all orange that I'll consider getting would be the Jordan 1, the Gatorade pack. Remember the Gatorade pack? They had the orange one, the blue one, and the purple.
Yeah, those are dope.
Though that might be that might be it. But like, I already got too many sneakers for me to go. About 40% from the field is garbage. Yeah, I agree. 40% from the if it's 40% is garbage for Julius Randle, and no diss to RJ, but it was 40. It's terrible for RJ too. Listen, I want him to get better.
Yeah, if you want to talk about efficiency, we're talking about efficiency. Like the difference between like a good player, like an all-star player, or somebody that's going to win you games is efficiency. The RJ, a lot of times, even it's Randle and RJ. It's not either or. It's Randle and RJ. When they go for scores, if they're trying to like, if they're trying to like, we're trying to do anything. We're trying to score and stuff like that. That they'll do something, and then they'll like say like RJ will hit the bottom of the rim on a layup. Or Julius Randle come in, double pump fake, and then throw the ball off the backboard, and then and then the other team's going on a fast break. Now, just that one miss will turn into a 7-0 run. That one miss that either one of them have turns into a 7-0 run for the other team. So that's the problem, man. So I mean, if these guys were more efficient scoring the basketball, then it would stop those little runs, and we'll be able to maintain leads and stuff like that, dictate stuff. But we can't do that because these guys are so erratic, both of them.
Now, here's the thing. I feel like if it's one player that's efficient, so shooting 40% for the field, then you got to have like the rest of the 4 players. They have to be very efficient. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson is efficient. It's okay if it's like one player that's inefficient and the other 4 are very efficient. But if you have 2 of them shooting 40% from the field, you can't win ball games. Why? Because there's only how many shots are going into a game? 85 shots, and
Right.
you have 2 players shooting 40%, and they're in the starting unit
Yeah, it's no
playing
good.
35 minutes a game.
Yeah, there's no good. Our best player in the whole team really is Jalen. You know, he's the little
Yeah,
guy.
he's reliable.
Yeah, he's the one that should be a little bit inefficient because the point guards usually take bad shots because they're just trying to get the ball on the rim. You know, a lot of times late in the shot clock, they might get it. They throw up a 3-pointer, or if the time is running out, that's how they lose their efficiency and stuff. But he's like our best post player. He's like he's our
Yeah.
best finisher at the rim. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird,
But
man.
I want to give credit to RJ though. He is playing better. He played well in that Boston game, at least in that first quarter. I gotta rewatch it because my spectrum acted up on that Boston game. I watched the first half, I was watching the third, and somewhere within I don't know, I can't forget how many minutes into the third quarter, and it froze.
Yeah.
It froze.
Well,
Couldn't do nothing
I'm
with it.
gonna say something that the Shah was saying. Shah, he said that Randall was efficient several seasons for several
That's
seasons in
true.
his career. That is
But-
true.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, a lot of people are, taking away seasons from Julius Randle, his All NBA season. Oh, it doesn't count. So it's just like my mental's like,
Yeah, that's annoying because if those seasons don't count, then when do RJ seasons count? Every season for him counts because this dude always has bad starts to seasons. He blows wide open layups. Little drop ins. He can't score little drop ins and stuff like that. It screws the team up. Regardless if he can get 29 points, but those little mistakes that he makes in the game will blow games out of the water.
I'm gonna do it like that. Sorry, because I'm trying to figure out what is that?
Those actually look good in the background, man.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hook it up. I'm hooking up the background as we speak.
Yeah,
Leave
definitely
it like
put
that.
those back
Okay,
there.
I get it. We're building something here.
This guy got exposed brick in his place, man, and he got a green screen in the back. You believe that?
Now we're gonna, but that's
You got to use that exposed brick, man.
we're gonna use it. We're you know what? I'm gonna use that soon. But now I get it. I'm gonna do like this. This is kind of cool. We can do this.
Well, here goes some more sneakers, man. These are the Asics, the Kith Asics. I want some of these, man. I actually like the orange ones. What do you think about those?
Kind of cool.
I like them. I like those a lot.
Yeah.
The orange ones.
I like
The Knicks
that
color.
one looks better. I kind of like. I feel like I would wear that if it was me. Like if I'm gonna wear one, I'll probably be wearing that one.
Yeah, this one here. This is like definitely like a.
Like if I'm working out, like if I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna put, hey, let me I just need something that's decent that's gonna, rep my Knicks, and I'm just gonna like wear a white t-shirt, whatever. I'm gonna wear that one.
Yeah, the bottom one I think you can wear in the wintertime too because it's all leather. The other ones is more summery. I wouldn't wear the suede in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, these here you can still wear the white in the winter with the off-white laces. Those are nice, man. I really like those.
Yeah, I feel I can see myself wearing that one.
The problem with those is because they're Kiths, so they're gonna be sold out. So in order for you to get them, you're gonna have to overpay. Go on like the sites that you were talking about. Just go on those sites and overpay for these damn sneakers, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like those a lot. So what do you think about these games here, man?
But they are saying though that the sneaker game market is going downhill, so you may not be overpaying as much as you think. But Kith is Kith though. But people are saying like right now, like the sneaker game is like it's not as before. Like back in 2000, when 2005 and 2008, like that's when I first jumped in, and I could
It's like
wear
stocks, right? It's like stocks.
Right. I could buy a sneaker, wear it, and sell it for more. Like this is the bomb. So it was a lot of fun.
Also too because of COVID too. Because of COVID, everybody kind of was like
messed things a lot.
Well, I mean, when COVID kind of had a little boom too, because everybody's at home doing their online business stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the sneaker game had their little market in COVID, but now everybody's coming back. Everybody's getting back to work. A lot of people broke now. You know what I'm saying? So there's no sneaker stuff no more. So
and things are going up. Like the prices of food is going up, I think.
Yeah. But little things like say like cars, the price of cars, they're gonna go down probably like next summer, within the next year or so, 2 years. Because remember they were saying there's a chip shortage and all that stuff. So I think all that stuff is gonna change because the demand is gonna be different because people are broke. You can't afford food. like you said. You know what I'm saying? The price of food is high, so we can't buy cars and cell phones like we used to.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So what are we up to?
Well, we was gonna do the games and stuff. What do you think about these games here? We played against Atlanta. What was your reaction for some of these games?
Oh man, DeJounte Murray was an X factor, man. He
was kicking our ass, man.
After when I did that, I think that when I did that rewatch, I was exhausted. I was like, man, I'm done. Like,
yeah.
Because like the Knicks, that's when I started paying attention to it was the Cavs and the Celtics that I started paying attention to how other teams against us were shooting more threes against us. Like when that Cavs game, like the Cavs shot like it must have been 43s against us, close to 50 out of 80 shots, like half their shots. I mean, I have the video. Thank goodness I have the video saved and everything. But like when I look back, so that way when I go back I can research it. But like going back, they shot like 43s, and then the Celtics again they shot 43s against us. So I was like, yo, listen, I don't know how these other teams are doing it, but they're shooting over 40% from the 3-point line, and they're taking about 43 pointers.
Right.
So I'm like, this is a new thing. So when the Knicks showed up against the Timberwolves, and they shot 43 pointers, I was proud of them. Even though I got to look at the percentage again because I haven't done a rewatch for that. Yeah. But that's how sort of like I teach myself to, like, when you rewatch these games,
you always see something else.
You add more. You add so much more to that game. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So what can we do to stop it? I mean,
take those fives out of the screen. Okay, Almighty Finesse. Almighty Finesse is killing me.
You're talking about the kicks. Take the fives out. But with the 3-pointers, man, like how do we stop that? Because it's a copycat league. Like we gotta ask people about 3-pointers. So the answer for Tom Thibodeau was for us to shoot more threes. But the thing is, how do we stop the other teams from getting all these wide open looks? Because they're destroying us.
I don't know, man. I like the approach. I like the way we're approaching it. I think why not, before you try to stop them, why don't we try to respond? Why don't we play fire with fire? Because like
shoot first.
Yeah, bro. Like I told you, I'm more shoot first than I am defense. Like I told you, I like Allen Houston. Allen Houston was like, he was a shooter.
Yeah.
So I don't like. Look, I like defense. I like defense when it helps our offense. I don't like defense to hide the fact that we can't shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
So it's like, if we need to make a trade for a shooter, okay, fine, so be it. But like, I'm not with this whole let's get rid of Evan Fournier because all he can do is shoot. Even though that's sort of that's a valid argument. But if we're not gonna have any shooters after we trade Evan Fournier, then I'm gonna take issue with that, because I'm gonna want shooters. I want this team to score over 110 points. 15. If we can score 120 and keep up with the rest of the league, that's what it's about with me. I feel like
Well, I got the stats. I've been saying this for almost every pod. We're scoring 115 points a game. Well, we're also giving up 115 points, so it's about dead even. Offense and defense are basically neck and neck with each other.
I just feel like it's a different kind of animal when you lose a game and you can score 120 points, and you know what I mean? Like there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like versus like, oh, you can't score that much. So you have to obsess about defense. Like there's a level of respect when you can score 115 or more, that it's like, okay, well, we can win this game because we seen this team score. Like this team scored like a 71 points against the Timberwolves at halftime. Like that's not the first time too at halftime that we've done that. So like that's something that I feel like we need to pay attention to. Like, okay, like what's that? That's raising the standard. Like, I don't want to be this team that's gonna score 55 points at halftime. Like,
I get it.
that's not gonna help us against those John Morants and the
Well,
Donovan Mitchell types.
nowadays offense helps defense too, because if you don't have no confidence putting the ball in the basket, then you're not going to play defense. Because why are you going to expend all that energy on defense if you have no confidence to score the ball? So I think that's the next problem. We getting ourselves in trouble, especially at Atlanta. When Atlanta started going crazy, we had no answer for that. We had nobody.
We had no answer for DeJounte Murray. We had an answer for Trae Young. Trae Young had a bad game, but DeJounte Murray was an X factor. John Collins had himself a good game. I'm not going to ignore him. DeAndre Hunter played great defense. I think Cam Reddish could be another DeAndre Hunter if he stays healthy and so forth. But a lot of it was just just DeJounte Murray.
But we don't have nobody to match him though. We don't have nobody that we can just give the balls to go get some buckets.
Makes sense. I mean, 3 first-round picks sounds pretty low for DeJounte Murray.
3 first-round picks sound pretty low for Donovan Mitchell too. That's gonna be the never-ending argument there with Donovan Mitchell.
It was Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and 3 firsts, right?
Yeah, so that's a good deal then, big time deal. So what do you think about some of these other games? This 76ers game, yeah, we almost lost, and they had their 2 best guys.
But I like to see Julius Randle and Obi. That was a pretty good, interesting, and we won that game. So I was like, wait a minute, that's something that, shout out to Sim and nothing but Knicks. But like, I went there one time, and that's like one of my first times I actually went as a panelist, and I really voiced my opinion. Like, I really wanted Obi to start, and coincidentally, that was when Mitchell Robinson broke his foot. Mitchell Robinson broke his foot on the All NBA season, Julius Randle All NBA season.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, Sam, we need to start Obi and Julius Randle together. And that was, and I've been wanting Coach Tibbs to start to play those 2. So like, he don't have to start, but if Obi's playing 20 minutes and he's playing with Julius Randle, I feel like I'm good with him. I feel like that should. I hope that Coach Tibbs,
well, I mean, earlier
doesn't
on,
get that much pressure anymore, because I think he's doing a lot for the kids. Like,
yeah,
Cam Reddish is playing, Obi's playing with Julius Randle. Let's look at how many minutes Obi's playing now.
Well, when you were saying with Obi and in that first season, Obi was trash his first season.
Yeah, that's true too. I'm not gonna ignore that, but he was only playing like 10 minutes for that season. I was like, yo, we need to play this guy.
Yeah. But I mean, now he's a different player, because everybody was expecting him to be like this big offensive, power player. But Obi Toppin is absolutely not a power player. He's more of a
energy. I would say energy player. I would say he's an energy player, right?
Yeah, but still not power. He's not a guy that you can say, let me get him in there to get some rebounds and that type of thing. I don't think that's gonna happen.
No, he's not doing that. That's why you need Julius Randle, so he can crash the boards.
Yeah. But right now, Obi's getting 17 minutes a game.
Oh, for the season?
Yeah. So
okay,
far.
It's going up. Let's get it to 20.
Where's Cam Reddish? Cam Reddish is getting 20 minutes per game.
Good. Okay, he's good.
So one thing about Obi, this is Obi here. He's averaging 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He got half a steal, 0.2 blocks. Percentages is not that bad. He's shooting. He doesn't really shoot a lot of free throws, but he hasn't missed a free throw yet this year.
Nice.
But he's shooting 0.83 free throws a game, so that's crazy. 3-point percentage 41%. Overall field goal percentage is 49%. So I mean, the signs say that
he's out playing his position. Like he needs to play more minutes. Then you got to give him 25, close to 25,
right?
Because 490 and then solid hasn't missed a free throw. Oh, okay, so that's 490 from the field, and he hasn't missed a free throw. That's very good. He's playing really good basketball.
But the thing about it, who is the one you're gonna cut? Because you got to cut
RJ. I'm thinking reducing minutes for RJ. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But RJ, even though RJ's playing better now, but if not, then play RJ as shooting guard. I'm not gonna argue that with people.
Yeah.
When we do that, but You know, I'll say those two. Those are my two answers. Reduce
Yeah.
RJ Barrett's minute or put him at shooting guard.
Well, I think that's what we're doing though, because we got Reddish out there. Reddish out is starting. You know, we bench Fournier, so RJ is going to be playing a lot of shooting guard with Cam, depending on matchup and stuff like that. So I mean, I think the answer really is Cam Reddish. Because is Cam Reddish an offensive player? Even though he is a good finisher and he could take
Yes.
over sometimes, but
Yes.
he's not doing it enough, you know, for him to warrant the minutes that he's getting. So the person that's actually scoring is Obi. Obi's the one that's scoring. He's getting 17 minutes per game, averaging 10. Cam is averaging 20 minutes per game, and he's only averaging 7 points per game. You know, so the thing I think for me, I think I would reduce Cam's minutes. Just let Cam be situational defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? If you need a 3-and-D kind of guy to be out there, let him be out there. But excuse me, as far as workhorse offensive player, I think it's time for Obi to get a little upgrade. What do you think about that?
Hold on. Why are you reducing Cam's minutes?
Because we really right at this point he's just a 3-and-D guy. You know, a lot of times his minutes has been really good, but he's not really scoring the ball that much. But Obi Toppin, he's actually.
But that's because of his touches. Like how many attempts is he making? Because he's efficient on both.
Right.
So why would you reduce his minutes?
But aside from touches, right? Like when he does get the ball, does he ever even try to score?
But you say he's averaging 490 from the field.
Who's that?
Cam Reddish, right?
No, we were talking about Obi.
Oh, what's Cam Reddish from the field?
Cam Reddish is 45%. 45. He's shooting 40% from three.
That's still good. Okay.
Right. But I mean, it's not about touches with these guys. For me, it's about like how you impact, how you like attacking. Cam Reddish to me is not attacking. Obi, on the other hand, he's been attacking a little bit more than Cam has.
I would be more concerned about Cam Reddish. If he was inefficient, I think I would favor your argument more. But if he's playing 45 from the field with 20 minutes, I feel like RJ. Maybe we should do the same with RJ. Let RJ play 20 minutes until he's efficient like that.
Right. But can Cam Reddish take the shots that we need him to take? That's the problem.
He does take the shots, or he doesn't.
No, I'm saying because now you're talking about roles. Now you're talking about pulling RJ out of the role that he's in. Can Cam Reddish fill that role?
I feel like, man, Cam Reddish covers him good. Like, yo, let me tell you something. Like that. When I was watching that Timberwolves game, I was watching Anthony Edwards. Mm-hmm. Cam Reddish was kind of defending him pretty good that game too. I mean, I have to rewatch it again too because, like, I feel like sometimes like these days, like if I watch a game one time, I'm like, you can't even, you know what I mean? Like I speak on it, but like I not too much like that, but
yeah.
But anyways.
Well, check this out. They're 36 minutes per. A lot of people don't like to look at the stat, but I mean, if you push their stats up to 36 minutes per, Cam Reddish is getting 13 minutes. 13 points. 3 rebounds, 1.7 assists. Under the same percentages. But if you look at Obi Toppin, he's averaging 22 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.1 steals, half a block. You know what I'm saying? That's if they both were projected to play 36 minutes per.
Here's my thing, and this is my argument, is that, like in January, I think RJ should be playing 35 minutes a game. Right. All right, let me put that in context because I lack a lot of context to what I'm saying. Right. It's RJ Barrett, even though he's having great numbers, a lot of it is slow start, inefficient, not finishing as much. He is improving, but we all know it's going to take him some time. So I lack context in saying that if he's having a slow start, I would reduce his minutes and give Cam Reddish more minutes.
Right.
And then when he starts picking it up and starts to go on a tear, then you know what to do. You got to give him the ball and give him the minutes. You know what I mean?
Right. But how do we get Obi Toppin these minutes though? You were talking about getting Obi Toppin minutes.
Obi Toppin minutes. I think him playing when we do playing small ball with Julius Randle. I mean, he already plays like 15 minutes, and then if you do small ball 5, Julius Randle plays small ball 5. I think his minutes will continue to increase. You know what I mean?
Right. So then now you're talking about dropping the centers minutes.
Less minutes for Mitch, or less minutes for Isaiah Hartenstein.
Right. So I mean, I think that's like the big puzzle piece. That's what I'm going on about it because that's like
No,
the big puzzle piece. We got to try to figure out
Obi.
how do we compete with other teams with scoring? Because like in order to get more scoring, we got to get the
But
scores
Julius
out.
Randle could score too. Julius Randle playing small ball five. He should be able to score. He should be able to space the floor a little bit too. Rebound and space the floor. He should be doing.
Right.
And Obi should be spacing the floor with the 3-pointer because he's taking deep. He's shooting from. He's not just shooting 3-pointers, even though some of them he's missing too. But he is taking those deep threes now. Are you noticing that?
Yeah, unconscious. He's unconscious with what
Yeah,
he's
so
shooting.
it's and he's gonna get more confident. So he's gonna get better. But um Obi Toppin's gonna start spacing the floor soon, and we all know he could put points up on the floor. So I think Julius Randle just hey man, play some small ball five. If Jalen Brunson passes you the ball, Julius Randle find Obi, bam, 3-pointer.
Yeah. You know what I like. I'm keep getting at it. Like with Cam Reddish. If Cam Reddish, he just right at this point right now, he's just really a defender. So like if he's not really scoring, I think the first person to come out has got to be Obi to see if we can get minutes with him and Julius and Mitch. Both of those guys together with Mitch. What do you think about that?
The thing is that he's not just a defender; he's a 3-and-D. He can space the floor too. He's our catch and shoot. He's a catch and shoot player. Like he can catch, he can defend, and right now he's defending in my eyes a lot better than both Fournier and RJ,
Right.
and that's why I'm very. That's why I'm defending him so much because when he gets on the floor, he was defending John Morant. I mean, no, he didn't defend John Morant. He defended Donovan Mitchell, and he did a good job. Given that tough task, he was
Yeah,
pretty
consider.
good. Yeah, he defended Donovan Mitchell pretty good. So and Anthony Edwards too. So these are elite players that he's defending. And where I'm growing concerned about RJ if it was RJ defending them. Like I have concerns of RJ defending the John Morants, the Anthony Edwards,
Right.
the Donovan Mitchell. Like I could.
But
I like his dribble. He's
Right.
very crafty. He has a nice dribble, but I'm not gonna act like last year, Anthony Edwards and RJ. Like it was a problem.
yeah.
But it wasn't so much of a problem this year. Look, Cam Reddish was there, and it was just fine. It was just fine.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out how we can attack guys, though, man. Because it's one thing. I mean, Cam Reddish does play good defense, right? But at the same time, when he's on the floor, he's not attacking on offense at all. He has his little pieces where he's
Right,
he's
right.
doing that.
Good point. He has a lot of highlights, little pieces that turn into highlights.
Right.
That's a good point. But the thing is, truth is, how can you attack if you know that RJ is going to be doing the attacking?
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does RJ have to be the attacker? Why? Because somebody
He
is
takes shots
attacking.
a
You
game.
can't attack.
He took the most shot against the Timberwolves.
Right.
So and I know he's if you give him a tough player to defend, and then right now and then have him shoot, like it could go 5 for 15. That's what I'm concerned about.
Right.
So that's why that's why I'm very hesitant to answer those kind of questions that you're trying to answer. You're trying to answer those questions, but I'm like, do you want right now? Like, if it was January, maybe if he was shooting 10 for 20, okay, that idea, the conversation you're having is fine, but like it's November, so I'm like, wait a minute, I know he's having a slow start. Some games are good, a lot of games are gonna be bad, and Cam Reddish is just he's right there making sure that it's more good than bad.
Right. I get you. But let's take a look at this here. We were talking about this offline here. These are our top scorers here. We got RJ, Jalen, and Julius. All three of these guys are averaging 20 points per game. But we're still struggling. There's a problem here. You know what I'm saying? Because even though these guys are scoring, we're not necessarily going at teams really. Where guys are not really so afraid of our guys' ability to score. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well,
What do
until
you
you
think?
space the floor. If you want people to be scared, you start hitting your 3-pointers. They did it against the Timberwolves. That starts to you can build off of that. If
Yeah.
you're hitting your 3-pointers, if you're taking 43 pointers per game, slowly but surely, you're gonna get there. People are gonna start watching you.
Right. So the 3-point ball is what the game is all about. If you shoot
I
more
think so.
three,
That's what Tom Thibodeau is. Tom Thibodeau is rebounding three ball in the 3 ball, and that's once you start, you shoot 40. If you take 43 pointers per game, and slowly start hitting them at a 40% rate, team's gonna have to start paying attention to you.
well, I mean, this is what I'm trying to get at, because I mean these guys all averaging 20 points per game, but look at their 3-point percentage: 29%, 30%, and 33% for our top three scorers. That's not good. And they're
But
shooting a lot of it.
it's picking up for at least for Julius Randle.
Right. They're all attempting a lot of threes. RJ's shooting 5.8 threes per game. Jalen's shooting almost 4, and Julius shooting 5.4.
We're talking about slow start RJ Barrett. We can't even throw him in the conversation.
Yeah, but that hurts, man. That for him to
Yeah.
be slow, slow starts like that. Like you talking about January, like January, that's 2 months, so the season could be over in January.
That's how he do, bro. He starts, slow. We gotta just, keep pulling through. Keep believing in RJ. I'm not gonna,
Yeah, I don't believe in
I
RJ
read
at
it
all.
through. I read it through enough. I already bothered him enough. But now it's time to get real. Where I'm like, okay, look, I still believe in RJ, of
Right.
course, but
I don't believe in none of these guys, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to open it up for other guys to get off, because these guys are not with the responsibility to take on the offense. I feel like they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So to me, I would like to get figure out a way to get other people involved.
Okay, well, who you? I mean, the whole team is on. You feel like the whole team is underachieving?
Not
Both RJ and
underachieving,
Julius Randle, you think are underachieving right now,
not
or
necessarily
just RJ,
underachieving.
or just Julius?
Well, listen, not necessarily underachieving. It's just the simple fact that I think the role that they're in, RJ's in a role that let's say Luka is supposed to be in. So like they're asking him to be like that go-to guy to get buckets, create his own shot. But RJ's not really equipped for that. He really plays within the team concept, really. So him in that role to have that pressure to score. Same thing with Julius. He's not that guy that you would give the ball to and say, "Hey, go get me a bucket," because he's not good at that. He's very inefficient at doing that, at being the guy, the go-to scorer. You know what I'm saying? So the next guy, I think.
What number option is Julius Randle? You think he's a number 2 or 3?
I think with all three of these guys, it depends. I think
Are they same?
yeah, I think it
Depends game to game.
Well, RJ scores most of his points in transition, right?
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, Julius kind of gets it within the offense, and then Jalen just gets it when he can. He just gets it. Yeah, so it's a good balance.
Jalen Brunson just asks for the ball. Everybody gives him the ball. He'd be like, "Yo, Julius Randle, give me the ball." Okay, here. RJ, give me the ball. Like everybody's like, "Okay, yeah." I'm surprised how he does that, because I would think that they would have issue, but like I'm surprised how Jalen Brunson and I'm glad too. Like Jalen Brunson just walks there and just like,
yeah,
So
how do you think we can improve?
Too.
How do you think we can improve with all this stuff? Because right now everyone's saying that like the teams that have the star players are the teams that are beating us. The teams that have no stars are the ones that we're
Anthony Edwards is a star, and Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, Anthony Edwards is a star, so I'm happy for that win.
I don't know about star.
So, close to a star.
Well, I mean, they get numbers though, but I mean, as far as like the body language of the Timberwolves, the way that they give up, they gave up a lot of times.
That's kind of true too. But Julius Randle was super hot in the first quarter. He was super hot. But Anthony Edwards, I mean, he was somebody that I thought might make All-Star this season.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if he's a star, but I think he might be. He was on his way to a star.
I think they have the same issues as the Knicks. Some of these guys are in the roles where they really shouldn't be. Maybe they're not on the team that they should be. Maybe they're not as mature as they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a lot of the same issues that the Knicks have.
Mm.
They got good role players, I think, on Minnesota. There's quite a few role players that I like watching.
Yeah, but we also played them without Rudy Gobert. That's gonna be a different animal.
Yeah.
When Rudy Gobert is on the floor.
Yeah, with Rudy Gobert, because I mean we were driving on him like crazy against some of the Timberwolves. We was going right to the basket on him.
Mm-hmm.
So Rudy cleans up a lot of their mistakes. So same
Yep.
thing with Philly, man. The Philly with Embiid, and Harden. If those guys were playing, we would have lost that game.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. I mean, we gotta start. In order for us to keep ourselves in the game, we gotta take at least 43 pointers, make them at least at 40%.
Yeah, you know I hate playing like that, man. I hate
That's
that style
today's
of play.
game. That's today's game because that's how the Celtics beat us. We
Yeah.
played a great game against the Celtics, but the Celtics,
They were shooting the lights out.
they were shooting lights out.
Yo, somebody said it here, man. Tom Thibodeau, he likes to make the guards stay in the paint. Like a lot of times when these guys are shooting 3-pointers, all the guards are standing in the paint and they're doing the runouts
Oh,
when they run out
rebound?
from the paint. No, we're talking about 3-point shooting, right? So like whenever these guys are shooting these 3-pointers, the guard that's guarding them is always standing in the paint.
Okay.
You know, so like why is that? That's something that needs to stop.
Mm.
Like, do you see the same thing? Because I feel like every time
Well-
somebody gets a 3-pointer, they're like wide open and somebody's running at them rather than
I
standing
mean, I
down.
don't know. I mean, I usually see Julius Randle posting somebody else and somebody up, and they're kicking it out. Jalen Brunson is always posting somebody out, posting somebody up and kicking it out. RJ's always cutting often.
Well, I'm talking about the other team. I'm talking about the other team.
opposing team, I
When
mean-
they're shooting threes on us, our players are always in the paint. You know,
Oh, when
Yeah.
the other team is shooting the threes. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about when we shoot threes, the defenders on
no,
the
no,
paint.
no. I'm talking about the opposite. You know, the Tibbs. He said like this is what Manchild said. He said Tibbs wants the guards inside, leaving the 3-point line wide open. That happens every single game. With especially with the Boston. That Boston game was ridiculous. You know, we was leaving guys wide open.
Man, I wish I could see a clip.
I mean, every single game is that way. But like how many? Like they say, Atlanta killed us with 3-pointers. Philly was doing it. Every single team does the same thing to us.
I don't know if Atlanta DeJounte Murray was killing us. I don't know about this whole 3-point. Trae Young was not effective that game. He went 5 for 22 that whole game. He was
Right.
5 for 17 from at halftime. Like,
I know, but it's a team sport though.
I mean, DeAndre Hunter was hitting some corner threes. Okay, I mean,
Talk about DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter was hitting threes and he was wide open every single time with somebody running.
he was
at
like,
him.
he was like a 3 for 7, 3 for 8.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
Yeah, we got to figure that out, man. Because I mean, we can't keep getting destroyed by the 3-pointer like that.
So you big on defending the 3-pointer? That's what.
Well, me,
I mean, I know Kevin Love killed us. Now, Kevin Love, when he killed us, that was a story too. That
Right.
was a situation because like he's somebody coming off the bench is killing us like that.
yeah, but Kevin Love is Kevin Love though. But the thing is that everybody is always open. You know, why are these 3-pointer shooters always open? You know, that's something that we got to figure out. Because coming forward, the Brooklyn Nets, they got Durant and stuff like that. They got a lot of shooters.
But we're open too though. Like we're just missing though. Like let's call it for what it is. Like Julius Randle was shooting 20-something%. RJ Barrett shooting 20-something%. Like that argument you made was very solid. Like we were missing wide open shots though. Like it's not like we having so many. Like the defense was killing RJ for him to miss that 3-pointer, or
Right.
Julius Randle. You know what I mean? They were just missing them. So like hey, listen, if they're making them, we gotta make ours too. You know what I mean? Like
So when other teams are shooting threes, what's the reason for that? How are they shooting these threes? How do we stop them? Because teams are shooting career records against us in 3-point shooting and attempts. How do we stop that?
I mean, to some extent, the Kevin Love situation that was a 6-man coming off the bench, right? Donovan Mitchell was shooting 3-pointers. Cam Reddish was doing the best he can, but then also the whistle gets called. A lot of whistle goes against us. That plays a role into trying to. That plays a factor. Like that changes things. You know what I mean? When you're getting calls against you.
Right.
A lot of it also we're on the road. A lot of
But
them
what
was
does that got to do with people leaving people open for three though? Being on the road, right, and all the things you say. What does that got to do with somebody standing there and nobody guarding?
Now, sometimes we try to defend them. We get a whistle, foul, blocking foul.
Shooting a three,
No, for sure.
a blocking foul, shooting a three.
Who's the only shooting threes that I remember that's very clear is the Kevin Love game and the Celtics game. You talking about that? What other game is there that you talking about that we're getting killed on the 3-point from the 3-point line?
Basically every loss that we had.
No, I think there's only 2 games. Only 2 that I mean they were ugly, but I think those are the main ones. The Hawks game was an ugly loss because it was DeJounte Murray.
Well, let me
You know how many steals? He had like 5 steals, 6 steals.
well,
Jalen Brunson was getting ripped. Julius Randle
check out
getting ripped.
the Memphis game. They shot 53 pointers in that Memphis game. They only
first
made
game?
17. Yeah, the first game. They only made 17, but they shot 50.
We took them to overtime. We took them to overtime for game one. Game one, and we took them to overtime. I can live with that game. And you know, but the only 3-point game that's been rough was the Cavs game, and the Celtics game. Like if you want to talk about the Celtics game, I only saw half of that game. Remember my Spectrum app acted up and.
Well, I mean, the point I'm trying to make, though, man, is that even though it was overtime and it was good games, so they still shot 53 pointers against us. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking 50. Who took 53 pointers?
I'm talking about Memphis. Even
Memphis?
though it went to overtime, it was a good game.
I can't believe.
I mean, the Bucks game. I'm gonna see how many they threw
the
up at us.
Bucks. That's a good one. I saw
the Bucks shot 45 3-pointers against us.
Either 45. Okay, that's. Now you're making sense. Yeah,
it's a trend.
But you know what it is too. Like, you know, I kind of I put that behind me because I'm like, oh, Giannis. They couldn't stop Giannis, and then he kicks it out.
But regardless, if it's Giannis or it's another team, it's the same thing with 45 threes, 50
That's
threes.
a good question.
You know, everybody's shooting like record number of 3-pointers every single game.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Cleveland Cavaliers shot 53s against them.
That's what we gotta shoot. So first things first, we gotta shoot that as much as they're shooting threes. Is that correct?
I don't know about that. I think we need to stop these guys from shooting because the teams are saying that the Knicks don't defend the 3-point line, so we're going to shoot as much threes as we can. I think that's how I'm interpreting it. You know, because the Knicks don't defend the perimeter, so we're going to throw as many threes up on these guys as possible. You know, the Atlanta game they didn't really shoot that much. They shot 34.
So you're saying only the Knicks allow this amount of threes. All the other teams don't let other teams shoot that many threes. That's the argument you're saying. The point?
No, I'm just talking about from the Knicks perspective. You know,
because I'm trying to ask. I'm trying to ask you. Is that today's league? You know, in 2022, do you think
It could be, but just because it's today's league doesn't mean we have to let them shoot 53 pointers. Philly shot 47. I mean, to me that's way too much. You know. So I mean, my thing is, if that's the trend, if guys are shooting that many 3-pointers against you, why are we letting them shoot the 3-pointers? Not because it's the trend of the league. We got to be able to stop these guys. Why are they shooting threes constantly on us? Like, when are we going to be able to combat that? 51 by Boston. They shot 51 threes.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I want to see Minnesota. I know we blew Minnesota out, but I would like to see how many threes they threw up. They shot 41 threes themselves, even though they lost. You know, it's a lot of 3-point shots being thrown up, man.
Mm-hmm.
50, I think, is excessive. 40 is one thing, but 50 is excessive. That's excessive.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, is that a New York thing? Because it is true. The Knicks are giving up a lot of. How many points are we giving up in like, I think we're averaging offensively 115 points offensively.
Yeah, but, defensively, we're giving up the same amount, 115.
115.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it like this. I'm trying to figure out what are the answers. How can we make the team better? Because, I mean, I can't wait till January for RG to figure it out. I can't do that. You know, like, we got 2 months that we had to get through basketball. You know, we can't just wait for one guy to figure it out. You know, how do we stop teams from raining threes on us? You know, because they're shooting wide open threes on us. How do we stop that?
while
And
while
another,
while keeping the threat, keeping the threat and shooting threes.
yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Shooting more threes too. We're gonna have to get the ball out of these guys that can't shoot because Julius Randle and RJ can't shoot, so they need to stop shooting. We need to give the ball to guys that are shooting.
Well, the only way to get out of 20-something% is to keep taking the same shots and make more of them in. Well, that's what I would think.
But how do we get them to shoot better? Just letting them practice.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's how it goes. You got to keep like Tom Thibodeau said to said in the post game. I want RJ to keep shooting. I want them to keep shooting. If you're wide open, take it.
Right.
But to answer your question, because I haven't answered your question. How do you stop them? You got to defend better. People like Cam Reddish, I think, defend better. And he defends in a way where he doesn't get hit with foul calls as much. And I guess, Mitchell Robinson is a good, he's good on the perimeter. I guess maybe, when Quentin Grimes comes back, he can defend. I think he'll take him off. I think some guards won't score him once he gets on the floor. Deuce McBride, but those most of our defenders, Deuce doesn't get minutes. Quentin Grimes is not on the floor in terms of guards. You know what I mean? The only defense I see is really Cam Reddish coming off the bench.
Well, the defense is really to stop guys from getting to the basket, but what's stopping guys from getting wide open 3-point shots? That's the thing.
Wouldn't Quentin Grimes stop people from shooting threes if he was playing?
I don't know. I think this is a team thing. This is Tom Thibodeau needs to figure that out. Because one guy, if you're defending it, you're in front of a guy, he can't shoot a wide open 3. You know what I'm saying? But if a guy is standing there wide open and now you got guys running at them and stuff, that's not the right thing to do.
Right. I remember on Tom Thibodeau's first coaching season, we had that same problem. And we just locked in defensively. A lot of power forwards used to score like that. Like Kevin Love, Kelly Olynyk did the same thing against us. Al Horford did the same thing against us. And it goes into the defense. But we had a more defensive team at that time,
Right.
even though they weren't that great. I mean, Alfred Payton and Reggie Bullock weren't that great. That's why I mentioned Quentin Grimes. Like, I think that as soon as Quentin Grimes gets on the floor, he'll defend that shooting guard position. I trust his defense as good as RJ, or maybe even slightly better than RJ's defense. I think people, he will find a way for people not to score on him from the 3 or through the drive. I think he knows how to defend that way.
So there's definitely a formula. There's something that we got to do. So otherwise is asking, what should our record be? Our record is 5-5. Do you think we deserve to be 5-5, or do you think we should have won some of these games? What do you think about that? Because me personally, I think we are where we're supposed to be. We are where we're supposed to be. Nothing that I can say about this team, because I don't like to cap for any of these players. I don't like anybody on the roster. I say that all the time. I don't like anybody on the roster. I don't think that RJ's equipped to be in the role that he's in. I don't think Julius is in the right role. Our coach is not doing a good enough job to stop the bleeding. When things are going wrong, he doesn't do a good job making adjustments, or whatever. And then we have weapons on the team that could be used a little bit differently. Used a little bit more.
Like who you like more? Obi more minutes? I that was a good.
That's what I was alluding to.
That's a good argument. But I thought small ball 5 were less minutes for Julius Randle. You think?
No. I would, if anything, like I like the fact that Tom Thibodeau put Cam in the starting lineup. He's in the starting lineup now, so I like that, taking Fournier out and making whatever. But I'm wondering if Cam Reddish is going to be able to create something, because if Cam Reddish can create his own shot and start to score a little bit more, then I don't have to worry about RJ blowing layups and stuff like that. You know, it's
Well,
more balanced. You know.
But but Cam Reddish is not going to be like, yo, RJ, give me the ball. I don't think he's doing none of that. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but you know, we running like a read and react offense. You know what I'm saying? So guys that are getting shots, they're getting shots because they're taking it. They're reacting. They're reacting to the shots. But we'll say when Cam gets it, Cam is not necessarily looking to score. He's looking to just move the ball and be like a role player and let the other three guys do what they do.
Making sure that RJ's not going to be demanding the ball. He's like, okay, RJ, all right, cool. I'll take this shot.
Yeah.
Like, he got some people. He's coming off the bench. You got to make sure that that people are cool with him taking that shot. You know what I mean?
Right. So like one thing. Yeah.
No, that was it.
Well, the thing with Obi and Cam is the fact that the Obi is not afraid to let the ball fly. You know what I'm saying? On the 3-pointers and driving and scoring, he's not afraid to let it hang out. You know, with his scoring stuff like that. So I would like to see him. I would like to see Julius, Obi, and RJ and Brunson and these guys. I would like to see them on the court at the same time. Maybe even Cam. Having Cam like you're talking about the small ball 5 with Julius with Cam Reddish. I think that's probably our best lineup.
Bro, I think he covers. I feel like he covers RJ a lot. Like I'm not gonna say cover RJ, but I'm just gonna say cover the team's defense because he's like one of those guys that you give him the ball, he'll shoot a 3-pointer. If not, he'll go for a drive. And I like him going for a drive too. If he goes for a drive, I like if the team has confidence on Cam going for a drive or shooting a 3, I'm like, I totally understand. Right. Versus somebody else, like, okay, like this person's gonna go for a drive, like, let's think about it.
Well, what's stopping Cam from driving though? What's stopping him from just taking?
Sometimes he has some blunders though. Like he be doing some stuff in the game. I'm like, what are you doing there? Like I forgot what quarter he did. I think it was the Hawks game in the third quarter or the second quarter. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, but then I'm like, all right, whatever, Cam. Like, you know what you're doing. You played well, so whatever. Like, because he defends so well that I look past. I'm willing to go past because like I see his defense, like, and he ultimately he what he does looks good on offense and on defense. Like, I'm not, you just want more production, but I also am concerned. I'm like, yo, man, okay, he played 7 games. Hopefully we can play 20. He plays 25 games and remains healthy too. Like that's always in my mind.
Yeah. So this one guy I'm going to throw out there. I don't know if anybody's going to get mad at me for saying that, but I mean, with Cam Reddish in the role that he is in, we all think that he can score a lot better, right, than he's been doing against Philly. What did Cam have? Cam had he was 4 for 4. He had 11 points. It's one of those games. He just didn't miss that game. But a guy that I compare him to is on Philly, freaking Thibault, Matisse Thibault. They're the same player, but Cam Reddish has way more talent. You see what I'm saying? You said no.
I think Thibault might be a better defender, but he misses free throws, and I don't think he's catch and shoot. Thibault's not no catch and shoot 3. You know what I mean?
I know, but what in the role that they're in now, right? What's the difference between Thibault and
I mean,
and Cam?
That Cam Reddish, what's the difference between Thibault and Cam Reddish in terms of role?
Yeah.
No, he's a great defender, but Thibault. I have somebody that can hit the 3-pointer. Like I think that's important.
It's important, but Thibault can hit the 3 sometimes too.
Especially when you have Julius Randle starting. Like he could play with Julius Randle well because Julius Randle, looks to pass. And then you have Jalen Brunson. You could pass it to Cam Reddish. Oh, okay. Shoot the 3 ball. He can't. If not, look to pass. If not, go. Take it to the rim.
Yeah, I mean, Thibault doesn't shoot the ball as good as Cam.
Yeah,
but at the same time, the production's the same. It's not like Cam Reddish is scoring all these points. I don't know how
he really gets his basket because I remember when watching that game, I think Mike Breen, Clive Frazier, they were talking about Thibault, and it's just a different game. I don't even know how long. Hopefully he survives. He can, but he's just all defense. He has no offense whatsoever. Cam Reddish has offense. Despite the production, Cam Reddish has offense.
Right. Well, it goes otherwise too. He's adding to it. He said, with the starters, Cam Reddish is like the fourth option. Whatever, I'm not into options either. Fourth option, he's supposed to. His main job is to defend and knock down on 3-pointers.
Yeah,
But I mean, like,
or make plays. Yeah, and
Or
he
make
does.
plays.
He plays that fourth option solid. He plays that role real good. He doesn't. Why does he need to do like, especially when we don't think that somebody other these from the top three, they don't want to defer more. You know what I mean?
That's the problem I'm trying to
They
say.
wanna
That's the
defer
problem I'm
more,
trying to
but
say. As a coach, right? As a coach, you got one RJ is basically a volume scorer. RJ is throwing up all kind of nonsense a lot of times. Both of these guys are erratic. So you got a guy that's a better scorer, or whatever. Like why are we so top heavy? Why are three guys shooting 20 points per game?
Well, and you
know?
deserve, and Julius Randle does deserve to be in this conversation because he is shooting 27%, 20 something percent from three, 70 something percent from the free throw line. Oh, he was at one point he was shooting 69. No, he from the free throw line. No, so that's erratic. That was erratic status. Once you're shooting that poor, you're absolutely right. Then your argument holds more weight that why not these guys defer more to Cam Reddish? That's the argument you're saying, right?
Well, not defer. That's the problem. The language is a little
What less
messed up.
shots? Give more shots to Cam.
Well, but not necessarily defer. It's about these guys playing basketball, and if Cam Reddish has an option to score, then he should do that.
Right.
He's like deferring. I don't really like that.
Okay. Maybe
No, but that's what they're doing. But I don't like this. I just don't like that concept of deferring to someone else. Like if you have the shot, you should take it. Reducing your role to let somebody else chuck it and get an air ball. Like why? Like I'm trying to figure out what Tom Thibodeau's thought process is when he's building these roles for these guys.
My whole thing is the reason I said defer more is because we never seen Cam Reddish take 10 shots. The team would they and the only way that would happen is if those top three guys say, hey, take more shots. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That would be, isn't that a form of deferring a little bit? No, I don't know if it's deferring, but
it is a form of deferring. But I just don't like the idea of it. When these guys, the talent is similar. Like why is RJ shooting so many shots?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? He can't
And
create his own shot.
too, and it's November. It's not January RJ Barrett. It's November RJ Barrett.
At this point, September RJ Barrett needs to be the same as January RJ Barrett at this point. Because everybody else around the league that scores 20 points a game, they don't wait till January to start doing it, to start playing more better. It starts on day one.
But he'll pick it up. That's the thing about RJ. All you got to do is continue to keep grinding, and soon RJ will pick it up. And when he picks it up, he picks it up real good.
The thing about that though is if he picks it up, then previously was like, oh, remember all that shit you was talking about RJ? Look at RJ's kicking your ass now. Look, that's this shit,
Nah, don't try to join the bandwagon now. Oh my goodness.
Right. So I mean, these are the games coming forward, man. We're 5-5 now.
Tweets.
Yeah. Well, we're 5-5 now. So these are the next 4 games. How do you think we're going to do in the next 4 games?
We play the Nets. We play the Pistons. OKC. Utah Jazz.
Yeah, the next time we see each other is against Utah Jazz. 2-2. Think 2-2 again?
2-2. Why? Until they prove me better. They have what have they proven me that they're going to do better?
They're not. They're just mediocre. So I'm trying to figure out how could we not be mediocre. What could stop the problems that we have. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I know what the Knicks are doing. But I'm trying to figure out how do we stop it? How do we improve? To me, sitting on our hands waiting for guys to shoot better. That's I feel like packing it up. I can't do 82 games waiting for somebody to do something. That's crazy.
Nah, not 82. It'll be 41. Probably 41 games. But
I would 41 games. I gotta watch 41 games for a guy to wake the fuck up. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you, but but let's see. What do you feel about Derrick Rose?
I don't know. He's just who he is. He's a backup point guard at this point. He's decent, but what are we looking for from him?
Man, he be sometimes. Sometimes I see him playing. I'm like, man, I was like, maybe it is time for him to hang it up. I mean, I don't want to say that, but
I think he might have lost too much weight.
oh, he does look good. He does look, like he's in good shape though. Like he's in good shape. I give him that. But
Yeah,
like
looks good
he's
as
not
food
like
trucks.
he's not like 2 years ago, Derrick Rose. What I meant to say, like 2 years ago, when we needed him to take up, like he was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I see him, I'm like, I don't know if he's ever going to be amazing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's old though,
Especially
man.
when you need defense. You have Deuce McBride, and you need defense to protect the 3-point. And Deuce McBride, he's gonna defend. You know how he do.
Well, listen, that's another conversation because what do we do? What do we do with that? Because I mean, if Derrick Rose is not the answer, right, and whatever, we can put some pieces together. So I'm trying to say that certain guys are not the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't sit on my hands waiting for guys to start shooting better. Like go get more shots up and keep shooting, and that's the I can't deal with that. So I mean, I'm trying to figure out how we can get things together. So I mean, adding guys like Derrick Rose, he makes 14 million, and maybe a Fournier. Okay, so who else can we add to that? Is Cam Reddish worth keeping around? You know what I'm saying? Do we add him to it?
I'm trying to hold back. But I like Cam Reddish, man. I like him in the team.
Yeah, I like him too.
Like he could defend. Like even though Donovan Mitchell, he didn't get torched against the Cavs. He didn't get torched. Like Donovan Mitchell got the best of him, but he defended him.
He didn't get torched, but he didn't get the best of him. I mean, that's
but he got the best of. Yeah, but like in that fourth quarter, Donovan Mitchell was getting some and ones, 3-pointers.
Yeah,
one of them against RJ. The other one, who was the other one? He got an and 1 3-pointer. I'm like, how you get 2 and 1 3-pointers in one quarter?
He's kicking all right. He's just a star guy, man. They star players do star things,
Yeah, that's true.
It's tough. But I mean, you see the guys highlighted, man. I can't stand Mitchell Robinson. I can't stand talking about. I can't stand him. Cam Reddish, is another guy you can add to that. Evan Fournier, Derrick Rose. I would like to add RJ, some of these guys to it too. But these main guys here, I feel like we can put a package together with something having to do with these guys to get at least maybe one player to add to the group to make the team better.
I would keep Cam. I would keep Cam out. I like Cam with Obi. Cam Obi's forming a good duo coming off the bench. I would.
Okay, so I mean the 3 and 3. Okay, keep the 3 and 3. So if we was to trade anybody, who could we add to this to get somebody? Because even though you like Cam Reddish, maybe we can get somebody better than those guys. You know what I'm trying to say? If Cam Reddish is added to this deal, let's say we put a package of Mitch, Cam, Evan, and Rose, we should be able to get somebody good. Really good. But take Cam out of it. So Mitchell Robinson, Fournier, and Derrick Rose. Some people don't want to get rid of Mitch. That's blasphemous for me to say that too. But my thing is, with all of this stuff, how the fuck do we get better? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get better? Getting better is like, oh no, wait till January. Nah, I can't do it, man. I can't wait till January, man. I can't wait till January for RJ maybe to get to shoot better. I can't do it. Mitchell Robinson hasn't been healthy in years, so I can't wait till January for him to finally to get better. To get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out.
I just can't blame the wrong guy who's playing his game, who's playing a good game for I can't blame that on Cam Reddish. I understand what you feel, but Cam Reddish is not having that problem. You know what I mean?
But trading a guy doesn't mean that he's the problem. It just means that we're trying to make a better team.
Yeah. But not him though. His defense is needed. Like especially. I mean, when Quentin Grimes comes back, his defense is going to be needed. I feel like that's one of the 2 defenders we have, Grimes and Reddish.
Right. So how can we get better?
Maybe IQ. I hate to throw. If you force my hand, then maybe IQ is in that conversation.
All right. So throw IQ. Keep Cam Reddish and throw IQ in there. Okay.
I'll probably do that. I mean, I wouldn't want to trade IQ, but like. For the sake of the conversation, because even though even though IQ's playing some good defense too.
That's the thing. There's little things
Yo, you
there's
noticing
little
that
things
too?
these guys do. He's been rebounding a lot too.
He's been
5 rebounds per game.
rebounding. Oh man. So
know?
that's a problem. Like
He's been playing good point guard too, not for nothing, coming off the bench.
the thing is like I feel like Cam Reddish sort of can play with the starters and coming off the bench. Like
Yeah, that
Cam
sounds like a
Reddish,
role player.
IQ is nice, but he's
Right.
not on that level where he fits good with the bench unit and the starting unit. Like that's important.
So my thing is, how do we get another guy better, on the team that can stop RJ and Julius from being a 1 and 2 option? How can we do that? So in order to do that, we're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to throw draft picks. We're gonna have to throw in players that you like. We're gonna have to do something.
Maybe the draft picks. That was a good situation. That's a good answer. Throw some draft picks.
I know, but draft picks for a star player, that doesn't work like that either. We're gonna have to throw some players in there too for salary.
You want a star or just an improvement?
Well, at this point, we definitely need somebody better than RJ and Julius Randle, however that is. So how about this? Let me throw this at you. What about a guy like SGA from OKC?
Oh, you want to talk SGA? So hold on, is Fournier in that package yet? Did you put Fournier there?
Yeah, Fournier's there. You got
just Fournier. Who else?
But I mean, Fournier is a trash bag, though. Everybody thinks that Fournier is a trash bag.
I got it. I follow.
So to get SGA and you're gonna throw a trash bag at them and draft picks,
I get it. So it's not gonna be just. Let's just say 5 first-round picks in Fournier. 5 first draft picks. Who else?
You got to be somebody.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson will be in that deal. Emmanuel quickly. I can see that.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's an answer somewhere. So my thing was what are these guys saying here? Win with ugly defense, then faking it with the offense. Let it marinate a little bit. It's just 10 games. It hasn't been 10 games. It's literally been 3 years with the same core group of guys. No panic moves. Panic moves on trading Mitchell Robinson is not a panic move. The dude has not played for us in like the last couple of years. Quickly's erratic. Evan Fournier, everybody wants him off the roster. Derrick Rose is old now. So that's not necessarily a panic move.
Derrick Rose, I feel like if you trade Derrick Rose, if you mention Derrick Rose and IQ, I feel like it might be better. Even though, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to throw IQ because he's playing some really good basketball.
I know, but how do you believe in
I mean,
you believe in
I
Dishman Bryant
I
at
feel
all?
like if you're gonna hold people accountable, then you say trade both Julius Randle and RJ. I mean, that's the argument you're gonna make. I'd rather you. I mean, I'm not gonna agree with you, but that makes more logical sense than trying to trade these other guys. You know what I mean? Like because we're going in circles. I'd rather you say, hey, I'm ready to sell high on Julius Randle and RJ, so that we have some good players. I mean, I don't know if I would agree, but maybe it makes sense what you say.
Well, I mean, going in circles. Trading Julius and RJ is going in circles too, because now you're gonna add extra players to the roster, and then by adding those extra players, you're gonna have to dump some guys off to make room on the roster.
I mean, you leave it to some people. RJ Barrett has the same value as John Morant. If you let people in the comments or on Twitter, they'll tell you, "Come on, bro, is second year RJ the same as this year RJ?"
Yes, yes. Is exactly the same. What has RJ? I'm trying to say. What has RJ brought to his game to make his game better?
You saying you want to trade RJ? You let's trade RJ for John Morant. Is that what you're suggesting?
Who's that? Me?
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that though, because RJ is not worth all John Morant at this point.
According to other people, they have he has the same value as John Morant.
The thing with RJ, he's been getting more shots. Simply, that's it. He's just been getting more shots.
What about RJ? He has the same value as Darius Garland?
Darius Garland's an all-star. One of the best point guards in the NBA at this point now. RJ's not one of the best players in his position. Garland might could be like top 5 point guard at this point now. He's getting up there. He's getting close to that.
Yeah, I don't really salute to Alton Lee.
Yeah, ultimately one of the OGs here.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go to Cleveland. I mean, this is getting a little drawn out a little bit, but I'm just saying, like there's certain players on the roster, people will die on a hill with these guys. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, how good are they? Look at Garland. People are like somebody in the channel. In the chat saying nope. They're talking about Garland, right? Garland is literally averaging 19 points, 8 assists, 1.5 steals. You know what I'm saying? This is at his position. Shooting whatever numbers he's shooting, but as far as point guard in the NBA, he's right there. Maybe he's on par with Brunson, but Brunson is an all-star too, probably. This year.
Yeah. Brunson could be an all-star this year.
Yeah, his numbers basically match Darius Garland's numbers.
All right.
I mean, it's interesting, man. My thing is, my whole thought process is how do we get better? Like week to week, right? I feel like last episode is the exact same as this one. You know what I'm saying? We're just waiting for guys to shoot better, or we're just waiting for somebody to do something better than they did last time. But how do we make the team better?
So, man,
it's rough, right?
I really don't, because I really don't like talking RJ and trading conversation. But you want to get better right now, so I'm just going with the flow. But
I'm not trying to trade RJ right now. I'm trying to trade some of these other guys off the bench to try to see if we can get that another guy to add to.
I feel like I like the bench. I'm not trading. I'm more protective of the bench. Like I'm not trading. I'm protective of the bench. Why am I trading the bench? Why would I trade Cam? Why? I'm protective
to make the starters better.
That's a starter's problem. Maybe that's a starter's problem.
So now you want to trade a starter now?
Because it's you the problem is not the bench. The bench has always been a bench mob.
Right.
It's always been bench mob. And it's only gotten better, especially this year. So you want to address a problem that still exists in the starting unit. Is what I'm saying. I'm like, listen, if you want to trade RJ and Mitch.
So now if State was here, State would be licking his chops because that's why we got to get rid of Julius Randle. That's why we got to get Julius Randle.
But Julius Randle's not the problem. At least not. I mean, he's 27% from three. Terrible from the free throw. I get that part.
If the bench is not the problem, then and the starters maybe it might be the problem. Then but Julius Randle's not the problem.
Having a slow start is the problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because Julius Randle had a strong start against Memphis where he played really good.
Right.
And then he slowed up his game. You know how he, whatever reason, but now he's heating up again. Like he's having that kind of season where he gets really hot. Like he was doing the whole one dribble and a pass, dribble and a shot, dribble and a decision, 1 or 2 dribbles. Right. When he was playing that kind of basketball, I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he can't play that way. He can't play that way when everybody else is terrible. Because now we need to get a bucket. So now Julius Randle got to do too much now.
And then he can trust Jalen Brunson. He can trust Jalen Brunson. But who else can you trust right after that?
That's the circle. That's the circle that we're swinging around in. Because now I'm talking about that we need to trade Mitch, Cam Reddish, and all these guys to get us that other guy.
But I don't think that the bench is the problem when they're hot when they get on the floor. You know what I mean?
I know, but we're saying that the starters are the problem because Julius Randle is doing too much because he needs help in the starting lineup, right? How do we get help in the starting lineup? By consolidating some guys and making a trade to get a better player.
Well, the thing is like I feel like Julius Randle can trust Jalen Brunson, and then the third guy I would probably trust right now is probably Cam Reddish. Like, you know what I mean? If he's there. If he's on the floor,
you want to trade RJ now?
I would trust Cam Reddish right now because it's November. Right. But I would trust RJ in January, right? Because he's gonna go on a tear.
I don't know, man.
He's making some good points. He's like, you're watching depth. The depth that's what I'm saying. I'm not trading the depth. I'm against trading the depth. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm keeping the bench unit.
Right.
I'm not trading the bench unit. Like I'm not trading no Cam and of course. I mean, even though you didn't mention Obi and IQ. Why would I trade IQ right now? He's rebounding. He's
My thing is, how do we get better? See, Paris is here. Paris always dropping $2 on me. Today he's calling us weird. He said, "Y'all are weird. You are watching our depth win games and keep us competitive, and y'all want to trade the depth." My
I don't
guy,
want to trade
how
the
do
depth.
we
That's not
get
me.
better?
That's
That's my
you.
only question. My only question is, how do we get better? Because we're not gonna get better. Because we're still gonna be talking about the same stuff. Next week, we're gonna end up 2-2 again next week. You know what I'm saying? If you look forward, but beyond that, you're talking about the Denver Nuggets, Golden State, Phoenix, and OKC. We're probably gonna go 2-2 in those games too.
But technically, if you to answer your question,
Mhm.
we did get better from last year, and we did not even. Oh, well, we added Jalen Brunson, and we added Isaiah Hartenstein. So we added Hartenstein and Jalen Brunson, and we got better. And we didn't draft nobody in the draft class.
Right.
And
So,
that
I mean-
got us better. And that made us better. So you think here's my question. You think we need to make a trade by the trade deadline? You think we need to make a move?
Yeah, I think we got to figure something out because there's definitely a problem with the roster. I mean, I would like. I'm trying to say we're gonna trade guys today. You know, let's see what happens if you're talking about January. January probably will be the best time to really to have a really solid opinion about what's happening. And then by the trade deadline, you can figure out, okay, is it worth it? Packaging people together to improve mid-season. It depends. It depends on what's going on the year. But I mean, if guys are playing like this, then we might. Because I mean, I just fast forwarded to the West Coast trip here. You know, when we play Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, and OKC, that's a West Coast trip there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we could easily fall way below 500 at that point. Then we're gonna be looking at the freaking draft again.
My whole thing again, Paris Duggar made the point. The depth is keeping us in the games, and they're helping us win games. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to trade the bench mob. Like that's not the first angle. If I'm gonna make a trade today, that's the last area that I want to move. It'll probably be within the starting five. Like if you don't like Mitch, and you want to say, hey, we need a center that can score, or whatever the case may be, your philosophy, fine. But I'm very, you might get killed. You might get killed. There's going to be a lot of arrows coming for you for.
Yeah, but I get it. Like Paris said, we need to build from within, right? My man ultimately he's saying that we need to develop movement on the floor and this, that, and the other. So I mean, so basically, don't ever do anything and hope that these guys grow.
I don't want
Hopefully
to
these
trade the
guys
wrong
grow.
guy. I'll say this much: I don't want to trade the wrong guys. I don't want to trade the wrong guy. Like here's my thing. Okay, you're gonna get a star, right? Let's just say whatever star you want to trade for. What position is that player gonna play in? That's my question to you. Shooting guard or small forward? Where's he playing at? Power forward?
Well, that's the question.
Not Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is fine. I know that's probably your favorite player, but that you rely with the most. But what position is that star or that player that you really like? What position is he playing? I want to know that.
Well, first and foremost, we need somebody that's going to be able to create his own shot. So it's got to be probably somebody in the shooting guard or small forward position.
Okay, so that's what I want.
Spot.
That's what I want to know.
Right. So in order to get that player, we're gonna have to give up something. So I don't like the idea of like, okay, let's just sit down and hopefully these guys will develop.
Who's more reliable, Cam Reddish to you or RJ Barrett now?
Who's more reliable? It depends on what you're looking at there. Because I mean, RJ, I can't give him the ball and say, give me a bucket. He scores, yes, within the flow of the offense. He scores, but then a lot of times when we need a bucket, he does something that's so crazy. Like for guys that watch me do the watch along, we watch the games together. I'd be going crazy about certain points of the game because those are the things that's what's killing us and why we're not, a little bit more stronger in these games, man. It's because of the way that we're going about it, And there's nothing that RJ is doing that's saying that we need to keep giving him more shots, And
And
I
he's
don't
getting more shots. And
Yeah.
that's not going to go away. Are you okay with that? That's not going to go away. He's still going to get his shots. Are you okay with that?
it's driving me crazy. The same way that people complain
driving
about
me crazy.
Julius, the people complain about Julius for the same exact one reason. You know, but it's okay to complain about Julius because Julius is 27 or 26, 27. But RJ is what, 22 or whatever. So it's not, you know, he's a baby. You know, we don't talk bad about him. You know, but
Ah,
you know what I'm saying? But they're essentially doing the same thing.
mm.
You know, it is a good question here. Like, what do you think about Karl Anthony Towns?
So here's my question: if we get a fourth star, how many shots is he gonna take? Because it's already, you know, Cam Reddish. You know, even if he plays with the starting unit, he's only gonna get. You're already saying he's taking too few shots. So you want a fourth? You want another star? How
We don't
many
even
shots?
have a star.
I mean, no, right, that's true too.
Right. I get what you're saying. Though.
You want to bring in a star or somebody that's gonna take more shots away from RJ, Jalen Brunson, and Julius Randle. They're averaging how many? 15 shots?
Well, I would like to take some of these shots away from RJ. You know, I want to keep RJ within the flow. Him taking extra shots and stuff like that. I want that to be done with. The same way we don't want Julius Randle to dribble too much.
So RJ is last year's Julius Randle. You're saying?
No, I mean look, Julius
Not
Randle.
last year, but it's pretty bad.
Well, Julius Randle, we solved the problem. Julius Randle, when he dribbles too much, is bad. You know what I'm saying? If he's not dribbling a lot, then he can play excellent, right? So the problem with RJ to me is that he's shooting way too much. He can't create his own shot. So we got to stop that. You know, we got to stop that from doing that. In order to do that, we need to get that we need to finally get that one person that can create their own shot, you know, consistently, and you know, like a real go-to person, somebody that can create their own shot. That was probably Donovan Mitchell, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? We messed that up. You know, if we would have got Donovan Mitchell could create his own shot. Now RJ is not in that role. Now RJ could just play within the flow, you know, and then it works.
But my whole thing is only 3 people. 15 shots, right? They're taking 15 shots. That's 3 players. Like, you can't have. Are you trying to build the big 4? You can only build the big 3 is what I'm trying to argue. Like,
but is RJ a big anything? That's what I'm trying to say.
If he's not to you, then you're basically saying he should be expendable because he shouldn't be taking as much shots as Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. If you don't think he's gonna grow to be a solid 15 shot taker down the line, because like, okay, let's just say we get Donovan Mitchell, right? You know, that means RJ Barrett is gonna have to take what, 5 shots, 8 shots for the game. Because, you know, Jalen Brunson is going to take his 15. So with Donovan Mitchell and Julius Randle, that's not going nowhere. 15 shots. But
what's more important, RJ getting the shots or the Knicks winning games? You know, like if we had Donovan Mitchell, I want Donovan Mitchell shooting the shots. I don't want RJ shooting more than Donovan Mitchell. You know?
That's what I'm saying.
And
you want then you probably want a defender like Cam Reddish who's taking less shots, but he's defending and he's playing his role right, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I mean,
that's a fourth option. You're trying to improve the big 3 because, you know, you can't build the big 4. Take 4 players taking 15 shots. You can't do that.
But that's the thing. Is RJ a big anything? Is Julius a big anything? That's the thing. A big 4. These guys are not even in that. Shouldn't be thought about it that way. You know. So I'm looking at a team. Let me look around here. Looking at Cleveland. I mean. Look at Cleveland. All right, I'll put this on the screen. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers here. These are their starters. They got Caris LeVert, they got Mobley, they got Garland. They also got
LeVert. He shot like crap against us.
Right, but check this out. Donovan Mitchell's shooting
playing defense like a Cam Reddish role. Go ahead.
Right, but I mean Donovan Mitchell is scoring 30 points per game for them. You know, he's taking 21 shots. Okay, he's a star. He should be shooting 21 shots. RJ Barrett, no way in hell should he be shooting 21 shots. You know what I'm saying? So look at everybody else shot attempts, 11, 15, and 10. Okay, that's the way it should be for the Knicks. Because RJ Barrett is not a
And that's what I'm trying to say with Cam Reddish and the RJ Barrett dynamic. Like Cam Reddish was, you know, is playing more the Caris LeVert role, where he's just out there defending. And
not even because
Mitchell,
he's not scoring like Caris LeVert though.
No, I'm saying Karis LeVert is he's not scoring like that. That's what I'm saying. Karis LeVert in that game against the Knicks, he was just playing defense and playing his game.
Right.
That's what Cam Reddish is doing. He's just defending, playing his game. When he does get a shot, he makes he has a couple of highlights with his shots. He could catch and shoot. That's what you want with a fourth option. So we're talking top 3 option, and you want to improve the top 3 option. Jalen Brunson is in. Jalen Brunson is solid.
Yeah, I get that, man. But check this out. This is 5 guys. You're talking about top 4. This is their best 5 guys right here. Everybody's in double figures. You got one guy in third that's scoring 30 points per game, and everybody else is in double figures in the starting lineup. The Knicks have 3 guys that's shooting 20 points, and then the other guys are not getting any touches.
I'm not saying 30%. Well, that's 15.
What's that?
How many points is Donovan averaging for the season?
31 points.
That's what I thought. So 31, and then 13, and then 15,
Right.
19,
And 3.
and 3.
It's not, to me, it's not about getting bums more shots. I think RJ's a bum. Getting him more shots. If he had Donovan Mitchell, the RJ's numbers would look similar to Karis LeVert's.
No.
Julius Randle will probably be looking like Evan Mobley. I see Brunson might probably get close to 19. And then Jared Allen would be the other person.
Then we need to get a center because you don't like Mitchell Robinson either. So that's another question that we need to address.
Yeah, well, Mitch Robinson will be the guy that I would give up, to try to improve this starting lineup some kind of way.
To get Donovan Mitchell.
Well, Donovan Mitchell is over. We got to look.
I mean, hypothetically, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, somebody like on that caliber of player. Yeah. Yeah, the only reason why I'm going around in circles with this stuff is because listen, I could be the same way and say, yeah, man, wait till January. It'll be better in January. But meanwhile, two months, what the hell I'm gonna do? I'm running out of Astroglide. I got Astroglide here. You know what I'm saying? I got Astroglide right here, right underneath me, right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm gonna be doing until January. Freaking jerking off every day, waiting for freaking RJ and stuff.
What you're gonna be doing is watching some 500 basketball from here to there.
But I'm saying 500 basketball or just below 500 basketball. So that's the only thing I'm talking about with all this stuff, man. How do we get better as a team? Because we have problems on that could be clearly fixed so easily, But there's certain things that people want to talk about more than others when they're all the same. In my opinion.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a big problem with RJ right there.
Yeah.
He's having a slow start, and it's a good thing too though about this team is that we have a lot of good fourth options. You know what I mean?
Right.
Quentin Grimes could be a good solid fourth option. Cam Reddish I think is a solid fourth option.
That's another thing too. RJ with a slow start, like RJ hasn't even had such a career that we can give him that. He hasn't even had a career like that to say, oh, he's having a slow start. But he's never really done much better than he's doing now. Second half of last year, he played decent, man. But we also were losing like crazy. He was a player on a bad team. We only scored 20 points per game last year, and the numbers almost identical. And look at the year before that when he averaged 17 points. He only had 3 points more. The numbers are identical. Fuck. Look at the rebounds. 5.8, 5.8, 5.8, 3 years in a row. Fucking identical. 3 assists per game, 3 assists per game, 3 assists per game. Identical.
I wish he would pass more.
Yeah, it's
I'm over here reading. I'm listening to you. I'm reading the comments, so bear with me. So carry on. I gotta,
You get what I'm saying?
Comments cracking me up.
Yo, man, these guys are. RJ. We're talking about RJ. Well, he's having a slow start. Yo, he's basically doing the same thing he did the last 3 years. And if you want to say if he played 4 extra minutes in his rookie year, he would have averaged 17 points probably. So he's done the same thing for 4 straight years and has not improved. He hasn't improved in 4 years. Sheesh.
Tough question. Tough.
I don't know.
Yo, man. Shout out. Look what Shaw Legacy said.
Wait, what did he say that? What, right here?
Yeah.
This may be. I mean, the numbers. I got. Wait, I don't even have it on the screen. The numbers is right here. This is RJ's numbers. Like I'm not lying. 17. He averaged 14 points his first year. But look at the rebounds and assists is exactly the same. He played 30. He played 30 minutes his rookie year. If he played 34 minutes, the same minutes that he played the next 3 years, the numbers will be absolutely identical. Look at the rebounds, even to the offensive rebounds, 0.9 for 4 straight years. Defensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds for 4 straight years. Nothing has changed in his stats in 4 years. I know I'm not bugging. That's why I'm spinning this all around so much, because like I know I'm not bugging. This guy is the same dude. He's not having a slow start. He fucking sucks.
He is. This is who he is. You think?
Yes, I think this is who he is.
So so Mitchell Robinson stayed the same, and RJ Barrett stayed the same. That's what you think.
Yo, that's not what I think. I just showed you the numbers. Look at if you want to talk about Mitchell Robinson, let's look at Mitchell Robinson real quick. Watch how his numbers look the same in 5 years in the NBA now. And he's injury prone. Look at his numbers. There's nothing that jumps out at you for his numbers. Come on, you stupid clips. Look at his numbers. I don't know if you can see them. Like a 7-6, 9-7, 8-8, 8-8, 6-6 this year. There's nothing, and the blocks are about the same too. These numbers have not changed. The free throws are all over the place. If anything, the free throws are getting worse.
I saw him. I saw some improvement from Mitch on the free throws. What's his free throw percentage now?
Listen, his free throws has been getting worse since his rookie year. His rookie year, he shot 60. The next year, 56. The next year, 49. The next year, 48. This year, he's shooting 42% for the free throw line.
I saw some splash, but I don't know now. I was ready to defend him on the free throw line.
But that's what I'm trying to say. There's no way that I can't defend Mitch anymore. I can't defend RJ anymore. They've been doing the same thing for 4 or 5 years already. With no change.
So high on RJ and Mitch.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm going crazy with this, because like there's got to be an answer somewhere. Like the whole the RJ's having a slow start is inaccurate, because this is how he's been playing. Mitchell Robinson is not that good. People keep saying that he's better than he is. He could block shots, yes, okay. But I mean, so can
preseason. They both look good in preseason. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, I was saying RJ was Larry Bird in preseason, bro. I thought he turned the corner, but he absolutely has not.
That's a conversation for another episode. We're gonna have to take this like because
I think I aggravated you
for this one. I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, I think I aggravated you. Did I aggravate you on this one? I think I might have aggravated you.
But I mean, that's a solid point. Like, is this who RJ is?
Check out Allah. He said you compare a whole season to 10 games, but in the 10 games that he's played it equals the what he did the other seasons. I don't know what to say.
And you don't think he's gonna get any better?
No, because he hasn't. My thing is, if RJ has proven that he can get better, then I could say that. But he has not improved it. So he has not done that. You know what I'm saying? So if he does, it'll be something that he's never done. Even though last year, I will say, in the beginning of last year, he played like shit. He had a slow start. Then he started playing good in the second half. But he still only finished with 20 points per game. And that's exactly what he's doing now. He's doing exactly the same thing that he did last year.
Is Cam Reddish, did he get better?
I don't know. Cam Reddish might not have it. He got the skills and stuff like that, but I don't know if he has it in him to graduate to anything more than he's been showing for us. And I wonder. That's the thing. I wonder if we can give him more of a load, would he be able to handle it?
He's the fourth option. I mean,
he's one of the other starters.
I would like to keep as a fourth option. I think he's solid. I think he's one of the better fourth options that we've had.
Well, let me ask you this: Is Jericho Sims a fifth option? Because he's in the start right now. Mitchell Robinson's hurt. He's been starting the last 2 games.
He rebounds he rebounds pretty good. I think he sets pretty good picks, right?
Right. But I mean, the option stuff that's why I'm just throwing that at you because
No, well, the thing is like if you have your Jalen Brunson and you have Julius Randle and you have a Donovan Mitchell, right? If you have a Donovan Mitchell, then I feel like Cam Reddish, you can throw him a pass here or there where you could just, like he can take like 5 or 7 shots a game. And because he's going to be defending a lot and he's reliable defensively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like he's not. That's the thing that I like about Cam Reddish. He's reliable defensively, and he's also reliable when he looks to take a shot, whether it's a jump shot or drive to the basket, or even play make sometimes.
Yeah. The whole conversation this here, this we cry about Fournier, which is true, but the Mitch watch needs to be heating up. But that's the thing that I keep harping on all these pods is that all of our players ain't shit. All of our players need to get the same heat. Like one player is not better than the next. They all suck. They all are terrible.
I would defend the bench. I would defend the depth and the bench. I would defend them more because they actually kind of like IQ and Obi. They're kind of pretty decent. Like, but like
energy, right?
The starting unit, like that smoke you're giving them, like there's a lot that I can't disagree. I may not agree with you, but I think it's worth a conversation because like it's not like because when it was preseason, we were seeing preseason RJ. That was a monster. That was a monster in itself.
Right.
Preseason Mitchell Robinson was doing some leadership role stuff. So it was like, wait a minute, and then now we see RJ. I mean, he's even though RJ is improving, I gotta give him credit, but he's not. He wasn't like preseason though.
Right.
And also Mitchell Robinson, he's already gone. He's 7 games in, he's already out. I don't know when he'll be back.
Yeah, man. So I mean, the next game is against Brooklyn. Let's shine some light on Brooklyn. How do you think we're gonna do against them?
So I feel so Alton made a good point. We don't have no on-ball defenders. I think Cam Reddish is an on-ball defender. He's the main guy that can, if we're playing against somebody like a Donovan Mitchell, I could depend on him. He can. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The point of attack, he can defend the point of attack.
Right, but is our problem on ball defending, or is our problem stopping the 3-point shot?
Both.
Why not both? I mean, why not both? But what are we getting killed more? We're not getting killed by guys going at the rim. I think we're doing a decent job.
Donovan Mitchell. We're going against Donovan Mitchell. You got to make sure that he doesn't go to the rim and he can shoot the 3. And
But somebody like Donovan Mitchell, you can't really stop him. He's scoring 31 points per game. Nobody's stopping him.
No, nobody. But you still got to defend them, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
like, you just can't just be like, well,
But
you had some people getting. RJ was getting torched out there. I don't want RJ. I don't know if I don't know. I might be alone on this. I don't want RJ defending no Ja Morant. I don't want him guarding no Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, right now today, I'm like I'm kind of like I'm done with it. I'm like, yo, bro, like let me just get Cam Reddish. He could defend. He has long arms and he has quick hands. That's the thing that Cam Reddish has. He has he has the long arms and he has quick hands and he gets the steals and he's a problem. He gave Jason Tatum some headache too.
Right. He gave him some headache, but at the second half of the game, Jason Tatum was eating everybody alive, man.
Yeah, but but again, we're talking about at least defensive efforts,
But if a guy is averaging 25 points per game and he gets 25 points that night, that's what can you do about that? He's doing what he's averaging. If Donovan Mitchell's averaging 31 and he gets 31, what are you doing actually?
Well, a lot of them. I mean, you can't control the whistle, right? You can't control the whistle, but at least if he's missing shots, you know what I mean? Like there's a difference between he scored 25 points, but he went 5 for 20. And he made the rest of it through the free throw line. Like there's a lot of players right now that's getting a lot of points, and you're like, you went to the free throw lines 12 times today, like,
yeah. Because I mean, even though they can't put the ball in the bucket, they still scoring free throws.
The whistles. So that's a different element. So but you still kind of did your job. I mean, I will still credit.
But
that
if you
defense.
lose, then what's the problem? What's the difference? If you still lose, regardless,
I don't know, but ideally, you want to defend the 3-point line, and you want to at least give good effort on defense.
right? Well, I got the stats for Brooklyn here. So we got a big time score, 31 points per game on Kevin Durant. Excuse me. He's scoring 31 points. Kyrie won't be playing because he got himself in trouble. There's a bunch of role players around Kevin Durant. But I mean, who are you gonna put on Durant? You're gonna put on Cam Reddish on Durant, and Cam Reddish probably gonna get 31 again. Still,
Yeah, you can't do nothing with.
But I mean, Donovan Mitchell's averaging 31 also, though. You can't do nothing with him either.
7 foot. He's 7 foot, and he's shooting over you.
Right.
Like that's different. Like
but 31 is still 31, though. You don't think so?
Yeah.
31 is not still 31, though.
No. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, looking at this roster, Royce O'Neal, Ben Simmons. Is Ben Simmons playing? I don't even know if he's healthy and playing. But he's not playing well. Nick Claxton, got Joe Harris.
That's crazy. How's Ben Simmons not playing well?
I don't know.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Something's going on in his mind. He's not shooting well. His assists, rebounds, and points are all down.
Used to be a triple-double machine.
Yeah, man. We used to argue to the death about Ben Simmons if he was as good as Giannis. Shout out to Uncle Fulio. We was literally arguing about that like during the summer, like whether if Ben Simmons is as good as Giannis. It's crazy.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, here's another thing. Like shout out to Cully. This is what I'm trying to say. That dude Hauser is why we lost the game, not because of Jason Tatum or any of these guys. Hauser was the guy that was kicking our ass. That dude had a career night.
Yeah, I forgot. I remember his name.
That's a nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, putting our best defender on the best guys, but getting still one of the worst guys.
He came off the bench, Hauser.
Yeah, he's a nobody.
That's the same thing like Kevin Love. Kevin Love came off the bench.
No, but Kevin Love might be a Hall of Famer. Hauser might be working in McDonald's next week.
No, but I'm trying to say that these power forwards that come off the bench, or forwards or power forwards coming off the bench are lighting us up. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So I mean, who's guarding us?
Julius Randle too.
Yeah, but man, earlier on when I was trying to get this out of you, man, like what are we doing about stopping the 3-point line? Because bums like Hauser are the ones beating us. Donovan Mitchell and these guys, they might score their points and stuff. You can't really stop those guys.
Nah, the bums, you got a good point. Like the bums, you got to stop that. Like, anybody you can't. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell could. I mean, listen. Kevin Durant, we're playing against the Nets the next tomorrow, right? Kevin Durant could get 31, okay?
Right.
But freaking Joe Harris cannot get 31 too,
Well, yeah, Joe Harris right now, I think is he a bum right now? Joe Harris right now?
Well, he's still having problems with his knees, but I mean he's a role player. He's a role player. Cam Thomas.
Yeah, Cam Thomas lit us up the other time.
Yeah, Utah wannabe. These are the guys that can't get 15 to 20 points tomorrow. Shout out to Edmund Sumner. He's the guy that's going to be playing basically a lot of point guard with Kyrie Irving now. So shout out to him. I think he might actually have a breakout game. There's quite a few people. Patty Mills. Steph Curry.
I'm going to ask you, is he still on the team, Patty Mills?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they got quite a few guys that we got to worry about. So I mean, it's going to be a good game. I think this game is going to be a shootout, but it all depends on how efficient the Knicks are.
Offensively, the Knicks had a good efficient last game, so just keep shooting threes and defend the three and defend the 3-point line, right?
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. Who do you want shooting threes? Who do you want shooting threes on our side?
That's why I miss Quentin Grimes, man. Quentin Grimes is a pretty good defender, man.
Yeah,
he could defend and he could shoot the three.
Right.
And he has heart too. Like, I mean, like
the way that he's been going, we might not see him literally until January.
No, you're right.
Yeah, man. So I think I tortured you enough for one night, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at you, man. I like because I'm basically saying the same thing over and over and over again, and then here at the end of the pod, you finally get what I'm trying to say to you. You know?
Yeah, I'm just processing it all. I'm just processing it all. I'm like, man, you made some good points today. I have to I'm gonna have to watch this on the replay so I can be like, okay, like
You're gonna be in the doing a replay, going like this. Yeah, the next time I'm gonna do like this. Next time I'm gonna weave and I'm gonna hit over this.
Yeah, but there's some like when you're talking about the first, the starting the first, what's it called, the Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett, like
Yeah.
the concern, like I wasn't concerned. I'm like, well, we're just writing it out, but you're like he's probably the same player. This is probably who he is. Those are something to think about. You know what I mean? Like I didn't look at it that way, but it made me think about it. Is Mitch Robinson the same player he is 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Something to think about. So definitely gave me something to think about.
So I'm thinking about it like this: when we say wait till a certain time, you got to wait for these guys to develop, or wait till January. That's you know what that's like. That's like let's say school is out, right? And we in summertime. We got 2 months in the summertime, and let's say my uncle is abusing me. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom is leaving me in his care, and I'm getting abused for 2 months. So I just got to deal with the abuse for 2 months until school starts, and I go back to school. You know, so man, I just gotta wait 2 months. He's still gonna be freaking molesting me for 2 months, but I'm gonna deal with the molestation for 2 months. You know, and wait until school when school starts. Then I won't have to deal with it no more. That's what I'm thinking about. So right now, I feel like we're being molested right now. I'm being molested for 2 months. You get me?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, freaking Rob was like, what the hell I get myself into with this fucking guy, man? Yeah. Anyway, man. Yeah, man. Thanks, Ralph, again, man. This has been the Knicks roundup, man. We spin it around. We trying to figure out how we gonna get these Knicks better, man. So not for nothing, the Knicks are mediocre. So, the conversation is always gonna be like that. So I'm hoping that next week we have a lot more to talk about because Tuesday we play Utah, but we possibly could have 3 straight wins, man. We got the Nets, Detroit, and OKC. That would be incredible.
Utah's balling, man. Utah's playing really good right now.
Yeah. On Tuesday we might actually do a watch along. Because if we're gonna come on at 9:00, that's what time Utah is playing at 9. So I don't know if you want to do that with me.
Let me think about that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, 3-0, we possibly can go. I think we can beat the Nets because they're shorthanded. I think we could beat Detroit and OKC if we play tough against them. We should be able to beat them as well. So 3-0 the next 3 games. What do you think?
Yeah, the Knicks going. I'm going 2-2, 500. I think we're staying 500 until December or January.
I'm with you, man. And then what do you think what's going to happen in January? You think we're gonna blow up and start going crazy in January? You think the chemistry is gonna kick in?
I feel like once Quentin Grimes gets on the team, I think we might go 500 if Quentin Grimes starts playing. Like maybe as soon as he gets healthy, maybe the thought of moving Fournier that might help. Let me check, man.
Well, I'm with you though. I think if Quentin Grimes can finally get healthy, I think that he would eliminate somebody out the rotation, and that'll make the team better. You know what I'm trying to say? That person probably is going to be Fournier. If Quentin Grimes come back, Fournier's probably out of here. That's going to make us better. I agree with that. And also too, if we do wait, whatever, we might be able to catch a little bit of chemistry and get a little boost too. So I agree with that too.
Yeah, he's very good on the chemistry that this guy brings. Quentin Grimes. It's good. It's good off the bench too. It's something new to see him with the starting unit, but that's why I'm very big on the bench mob. I'm like, yo, bro, IQ the way he's playing, Quentin Grimes. Maybe I don't see how this guy's gonna be in the team though. Derrick Rose, how is he gonna be in the team if you have IQ playing good as he is, Quentin Grimes as good as he can play? Cam Reddish coming off the second unit, Obi, Sims, or Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a solid 10 right there. That's
Right.
5 in the starting 5.
Well, not for nothing. Deuce McBride probably should be able to play. Not Quentin Grimes. Jericho Sims is getting minutes right now. But if we need it, I think Miles can come in and do something. So what do you think about this guy, OG? Because I mean, if this is like an extra starter here to add to the team to see if we can make the team better. What do you think about OG? Do you think he can make the team better?
I think one, he might be too expensive.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to trade depth. I agree with Paris Duggar. I don't want to trade the depth right now. Like, I really want to, I trade maybe Derrick Rose and Fournier, if it's a good idea for something, for like a decent set, for a decent. It has to be for somebody who can defend and help RJ, right? So like I have Cam Reddish coming off the bench or starting, or I have somebody. Let me check.
Well, OG makes the same amount of money as Fournier. They make the same amount of money.
They do?
OG and Fournier. Yep. $17 million per year. They make the same money. That's crazy, right?
But he's gonna win a lot of shots too.
It depends. Once he gets here, that changes. Once he gets here, all that stuff
we
changes.
already. I feel like we already know who's gonna take the shots. It's gonna be Brunson, RJ, and Julius Randle. Those are the 3 shots. You need somebody. You need a 4th option. Somebody who's gonna take 5 or 10 shots, and that's gonna help the team defend with the starting unit. So Cam Reddish does well off the second bench. If I trade Fournier and Derrick Rose, hypothetically speaking, I'll probably trade them for somebody who's gonna defend, like a Matisse Thybulle. I'll probably trade them two for Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. What's the name? Cam Reddish is Matisse Thybulle for us. Cam Reddish, when Quentin Grimes comes in, he's going to be Matisse Thybulle for us.
OG Anunoby is a great player, and also we got finessed. We got finessed from Masai Ujiri, so I don't see a trade to Toronto.
No, he's not making no trade with us. That's the truth.
I don't see that happening. But if you guys want to entertain yourselves, if the chat wants to entertain themselves with thinking that James Dolan is going to approve a trade with Masai Ujiri,
I think it's the opposite. I think Masai Ujiri is the one that they want to prove that one.
You think?
Yeah, but the shots, man. Like if we get another good player, right? Like I'm not worrying about taking shots away from RJ. I'm worrying about the team getting better. That's all I'm worried about. The shots will take care of itself.
Yeah, but you don't think that plays a role with the locker room, and there's already enough drama. Julius, they're freezing out RJ. OG Anunoby's freezing out RJ. Like, can you want to hear that too?
But if the guys are complaining, hey, OG is freezing out RJ, then we need to trade everybody because we only care about RJ at that point, right?
They're gonna do it. So by this point, they're gonna start saying, OG's freezing out RJ. He saw him when he was wide open, and that particular play.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, my thing is like, are we? Is this the United States of RJ Barrett, or is this like the New York Knicks?
I'm telling you, that's what it is, man. This is what it is. I try to work with the situation. I don't create the situation. I don't think I support the situation, but I understand that it exists.
I'm just reporting the news. I get you, man. But that's the thing. I'm just always trying to figure out how to make the team better. I don't care about the current dynamic, because once we make that move, the dynamic changes.
Nah, to Almighty Finesse, I'm talking about what a lot of people say. I mean, some in the comments, a lot on Twitter also. Just in general.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean, he's asking if you watch Knicks games. Next Tuesday we will. Next Tuesday we will.
Yeah, I watched the games and I rewatched the games.
We all watch games and stuff, man. So I mean, everybody has their own thought process of how a game should go. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes the conversations good. Because one person is going to have their thought process, another person is going to have a different thought process, and that will cause the conversation.
Right.
So everything is all good. Nothing is set in stone. We're just two guys talking shit, and the guys in the comments are just talking shit too. So we all just shit talkers, just a bunch of duty boys shitting in the same pot. Talking about the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
But
That's true.
but you made some point that made me think, boy.
Yes,
You want RJ to take less shots.
Archer's a trash bag, man. He's a trash bag.
You don't think
He's
yeah,
genuine.
if you was the GM, you don't think he'll be like, yo, listen, I want you to trade me if you want me to take less shots. You don't think he'll be on that type of wave?
Well, I don't care what RJ's got to say. You know, I'm looking at the game. You know, at this point, I'm tired of RJ. I'm tired of looking at him. He could get better. You know, okay, all right, let him get better then. But I'm trying to make the team better. Like if we trade, let's say, how about this? If we trade RJ Barrett, right, and then all of a sudden he starts scoring 31 points per game, you know, out of nowhere, scoring 31 points a game. But the Knicks win the championship. Who cares about RJ, right?
That's true.
You know, that's I just want to figure out the best way that the Knicks can make could win the championship. I want to win the championship.
No, I want to win the championship. But I think maybe in 2 years we'll get closer. Jalen Brunson got us closer though. I give him credit. Like
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, he's making us closer to a playoff team, to a championship team, and the whole nine. But
You know, there's another thing too. Like he just got 120 million, right? So it's like, hey man, you know, in the press conference, yeah, man, I'm getting better every day. Just working hard. You know what I'm saying? Just getting better every day. Get the fuck out of here.
what shout out to Cully. What did he say? $120 million? A little too young to be having slow starts. Oh
Man,
yeah.
If I was his age,
If Cully's saying that about RJ, yo, bro, because Cully's
your Cully's a beast. Let's keep that a book. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he's big on RJ too. Like it's very rare you get a comment like that from Cully, because he must be frustrated about that. Because I know him not to be you know, all summer. I know a lot of summers Cully's all about, you know, we need to depend on RJ more. That's how I know him to be.
Yeah, Cully's a beast, man. Cully's got a lot of stuff going on right now. He's trying to do good in school and stuff. My man is a beast on the mic too, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you
that's
know
what
that.
I know. Like, yeah, with Freezy. So I remember he
No, I'm talking about music, man. He's a
no, but
dope
he
artist.
had music too. Like he had a music too with Free. Yeah, like he did like a lemon. I know half of what I'm talking about, but right now I can't remember.
Yeah, he's nice, man. You know, definitely. You know, but you know, Cully's not gonna let's say Cully got to get an opportunity to do something. He's not gonna be like, well, you know, I'm new here. I don't want to take bars away from this guy. You know, you know what I'm saying? He said, listen, I'm on the side. You know what? I'm gonna dumb down my lyrics just because I want this guy to shine. You know, I'm not gonna make a good song because I want, you know, the other guy in the song to sound better than me. You know, I don't know. I just don't go for that, man.
So yeah, Matt. Look, you're saying things that, you know, I give you credit. You said a lot of stuff that I'm like, man, you're right, and
I'm wrong too.
and you're bold. And you're bold.
Yeah.
So I'll give you credit. Like, hey, this, you know, there's a lot of things that I can't argue with you on this one. There's some points you're making that I can't argue with them.
I might have said this before though, right? Like, remember, I say this a lot on the pod, but I'm not sure if I said it to you. In 1989, right? That was the Knicks were called the Bomb Squad. We had Mark Jackson, you know, Gerald Wilkins. We had you know, whoever else we had. They were shooting a lot of threes. Rod Strickland, they were shooting threes. They were the Bomb Squad with Patrick Ewing, right? So everybody's making a big deal about that. I forgot the other guy. There was another guy. Nobody wanted to trade Mark Jackson. He was going to be the next John Stockton. You know, we didn't want to trade Gerald Wilkins. He was going to be the next big scorer. You know what I'm saying? But fast forward from 1989 to 1994, there is not one player that was on that roster from 1990. Excuse me, from 1989, except Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. You know, from 1989 to 1994, there's nobody except Oakley and Ewing. The rest of the roster is completely different.
Damn.
But 1994, we went to the
finals.
Greg
Anthony? Greg Anthony wasn't there. What year we drafted Greg Anthony?
Greg Anthony got drafted a little later. He got drafted. I want to say 92. Okay. I want to say.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm trying to say, though. You get what I'm trying to say. RJ right now. Yeah, RJ is Mark Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But if we trade RJ, people are gonna go crazy. But if we trade RJ this year, but then in 3 years we go to the finals, who cares about RJ? You know what I'm saying? And then shout out again.
Not just go to the finals. We want to win the damn thing, bro.
I get that.
I'm done. I'm done with that whole just making it to the finals. Nah, I want to win the championship.
Well, same thing. 1994, we had John Starks and all those guys. We made it to the finals, right? So fast forward to 1999. There was nobody on that roster in 1999 that was on the 94 team that went to the championship. Only person was Patrick Ewing.
And what about Oakley? Oakley was there too, right?
Oakley got traded. Oakley got traded for Camby before
Okay.
99. You know, there was no player on the 94 roster that was on the 99 roster except Ewing. Nobody else.
I have to give credit, like people like you, people like Freezy. You guys make me want to watch old school basketball. Like I'm like, you know, lately I've been getting on that phase of like watching old school, but you know, keeping up with what's going on today is you know, it makes me work. Like watching the game is cool. Rewatching the game to be familiar, like that's already like I'm like, yo, like you'll be surprised of how much time it takes, and then pushing it on YouTube. It's like, yo, like
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. That's why the Knicks have the most content creators, because there's so much shit to talk about. You know, and everybody do it differently. You know, shout out to Cully. He does his thing too. Cully does his thing. A couple guys, you know, that listen to stuff. They do their thing in their own way. You know, but everybody does it different.
Right.
You know, that's what makes it beautiful.
What's up?
You know, but you have a job though, man. You have no time to do that because you got to get those orange and blue sneakers up in the closet, man. You got to get those other ones out and get the orange and blue kicks in the closet, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, man.
Okay, man. All right, man. So we said we was gonna leave, like I want to say 30 minutes ago, right? So I think we're gonna cut it off here. So shout out to everybody. Thank you everybody for giving us the fuel here. Shout out to Almighty Finesse fooling around with my man Ralph today. Ultimately was giving some good kind of arguments. Cully's hanging out with us too. You know, thank everybody for coming in here, popping in and out. Allah, shout out to Allah Wise also was giving us a lot of fight on this episode too, man. We'll be back again. Me and Mr. Ralph will be back next Tuesday, and you know, I can aggravate him. Maybe next week he'll aggravate me about something.
Nah.
Oh man. Anyway, that's
what it's all about.
Nah, that's what it's all about.
I'm glad, what I feel like you just presented a lot of good questions. That's what I feel like you did. I'm like, man.
Yeah. So
as long as I defended the bench unit, because I feel like those are the guys that they deserve the defending. I feel like, you know, I'm good. I'm good with everything.
Yeah, the last few years we've had good benches. You know, like
that's true. IQ and OB have been decent off the bench. They've been improving. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I like off the bench like that. And I'm like, I don't want to move those guys. I think I want to win a championship with those guys.
Yeah, hopefully we can figure it out. I don't know if it's going to be the same as that group, because even though we add Brunson, we add Hardenstein, we're always going to be doing those things like that, adding guys in the offseason and stuff. But eventually, some of these guys are not all going to make it to the end. You know, there's going to be a lot of guys that's not going to be here. You know,
to win a championship. Yeah, you got a good point.
Yeah,
you got a good point. Unfortunately, that's the truth, but that's the end goal. The end goal is to win the championship. Like we want to win one championship at least.
Yeah, RJ earned his oxtails, man. I'm vegetarian, you know, so I don't see the you know, the draw for oxtails anymore. Oh. That's called evolution. You grow in life and keep it moving.
But exactly, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like oxtails. That's what exactly is oxtails?
Exactly what it sounds like. Oxtails.
Oh, okay.
It's an oxtail, literally.
Is that a compliment or
no? No, it's a food. Yeah. Because I mean, oxtails now. Yeah, at one point in our lives, man, oxtail was cheap food. You know, you would only get oxtails in say like in the West End neighborhood, and it didn't cost much. But now you can go to some restaurants and you got to pay like $1, $2 just for the sauce. You know, just for a extra scoop of sauce, they charge you $1, $2 for that.
I never had. I'm not familiar with oxtail. That's just something new.
Yeah, it's something to try.
Yeah.
Oxtails are good. It's really the sauce more than anything. So I mean, like Almighty Finesse, he says, being a vegetarian is hard. Not really, because if you know how to make the oxtail sauce and hook it up in some kind of vegetarian way, it's gonna taste the same. You know, the meat is not what makes the flavor. It adds to it, but the sauces and stuff like that, you know, always could duplicate whatever the meat is doing. You know. So I mean, it all, it's all, everybody always learns, and it's all about trying and stuff like that. Just like the Knicks, just like in life, man. You're always trying different shit. What works for you, what works for me. You hear something, somebody has a lifestyle you never heard of, like this. You never had oxtails. Now tomorrow you're probably gonna have some oxtails tomorrow.
I don't is people who cook oxtails. Is that like what is that like? I want to say Thai food, Indian food. Where do you find oxtail? Like American food?
A lot of cultures make it. A lot of cultures make oxtail, but it's really made famous by Jamaicans. Oxtail.
Jamaicans.
Yeah, it's made famous by.
I rarely go to Jamaican restaurants. Like it's hard to find. But I hear Brooklyn has a lot of Jamaican.
Absolutely.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, Brooklyn. I can take you to a bunch of places in Brooklyn to get some food.
Oh,
but I mean, you're uptown, man. So I mean, they got spots uptown too.
Right now, not Jamaican though. Like Jamaican, that's like, I mean, Jamaican. I mean, what's that thing? That spot called Golden
Crust? That's not the same.
Golden Crust. That's all. Like that's all I know. I mean, but maybe I could do Zaka. Yeah, I'm Dominican.
Yeah, he's Dominican. Yeah. So I mean, Dominicans make oxtail too, though.
You know what? Maybe I know the Spanish version.
Yeah, it's called something. I forgot the name of it. I forgot what it's called.
Okay, maybe if it's a Spanish word, I'm like, oh, okay,
but it's made different though. It has a different sauce and everything.
Right. That could be possible. Okay,
it's good too though. It's good. The way Dominicans make it is good too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I mean, you always learn something every day from somebody, man. So he wants to know if you like Dominican females.
I go with I go with Puerto Rican females. I'd rather do that. Give me the Puerto Rican females. Dominican females, a lot of drama over there, boy.
Yeah. Spanish women in general, they got a lot of heat, man. Caribbean women, I want to say Caribbean women in general, they got a lot of heat.
I just have my trust issues with Dominican females. I'll say that.
Ain't that funny though? Because a lot of guys probably in the chat, they probably would say that they love Dominican women because XYZ for whatever, the way they look, everything about them. But you're around them more often, right?
But the nice, the really beautiful ones are like up in Dykeman. Like those are the ones that are like, wow, she's real pretty. You know what I mean?
I was just up there today.
Oh, you were in Dykeman? Get out of here!
Yeah, I was up. Yeah, because I'm back to work now, so I was up there handling some business and stuff. Okay. Yeah, so I was up there. The women up there are crazy, man.
But I mean, right there, like that. Those. I mean, I ain't trusting that. I ain't trusting no chick from Washington Heights. I'll tell you that much. But like, for whatever reason, like, I do good with like a Puerto Rican chick. I had a good time.
Yeah, I just saw your whole life flash in your eyes just now.
Yeah.
You like Puerto Rican women, man? Yeah, I'm half Puerto Rican, man. I've never dated a Puerto Rican woman.
You never did it? Oh man,
I got this thing because my pops, you know how Spanish guys are, even just West Indian men in general. Puerto Rican guys, they don't be knowing their family. You know what I'm saying? So I always had this thing like, God, man, if I find a Spanish girl, a Puerto Rican girl, excuse me. If I find a Puerto Rican girl, it might end up being my fucking cousin or something like that.
So you have that back in your mind?
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Because my dad, he got family, but he don't know where they at. You know what I'm saying? So if I meet this chick and then she ends up being my first cousin, I'm gonna be, what the hell am I gonna
go
do?
crazy? Oh,
yeah. It's always had that. So I'm always my thing is Haitian women and Trinidadian women, man. Yeah, Haitian and Trinidadian
women. That's interesting.
My wife is Haitian.
Your wife is Haitian?
Yeah, my wife is Haitian.
One of my best friends, when I used to play ball, one of my best friends, he was Haitian. He had sisters that were Haitian.
Yeah,
smart people.
They're good people. They're family oriented. Not everybody. Every culture got their thing. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, church oriented. Family gatherings and stuff like that. Everybody's kissing each other when you come in the house. It's crazy.
Oh,
yeah, good people, man. Haitian people are good people.
That's dope.
Puerto Ricans are good too, man. If you get in good with a Puerto Rican, family, whatever, they'll be your friends for life.
Yeah.
Trinidadian women, that's another story, man. If you want,
Trinidadian. Okay.
yeah, I got pills. I got pills for them. I got pills for Trinidadians, man. Even the
Oh
older
man, that's
ladies.
the way. Oh, for that's so. Oh, Trinidadians the way to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, their whole culture is the carnival, man. So they always, always everything is surrounding the carnival. So they always got to be in great shape. So you got to be careful, man.
I
That
like the
wine to get you,
competition,
boy.
though. I like the competition.
Yeah, I like it too, but I mean, not anymore because I'm married. You know, my wife
Oh,
might be
right, right,
watching right now.
right.
It is what it
Oh,
is.
damn.
Yeah, man. I love me some Trinidadian women, man. Beautiful women, definitely. There's beautiful women all over the world, man.
Nah, Puerto Rican females. When they like you, like I feel like I'm like, damn, those one.
Yeah, if
Wish I
they
could
like
do
you,
it
their
over.
whole family love you, right?
I wish I could do it over.
Wish you could do it over. You said,
I mean, not do it all over, but do some things better, man.
okay,
Yeah, you know how that goes.
yeah, that's the
But
way.
yeah, but there are some beautiful Dominicans. I just,
What do you think
some,
is like? What do you think is the best place to look for a Dominican woman?
not Dykeman.
Dykeman,
But
definitely
like, if I
Dykeman,
was to consider, even though,
because that's a trendy
like,
area.
I would like to vibe with them and kick it with them on if from chicks from Dykeman, but like, I ain't gonna.
For me, it's over there, the 181st Street area. 181st Street, that area
Yeah,
over there. That's basically Dykeman, but that's like north of Dykeman,
yeah. Where 181st about where?
and like Broadway. 181st and Broadway.
Broadway,
Yeah, Broadway, Amsterdam, whatever the side streets are out
by the
there.
McDonald's.
Yeah, that whole area. You know, if you just stand there with a sign that
I'm not
says
too far from
like
there. I'm not
I'm
too far from
single,
there at all.
yeah,
I mean, but when I pass through there, I just see a bunch of little kids coming back from school.
yeah.
That's what I see. I mean, I don't see. I mean, are you talking about
Well,
back in the days or now?
I'm talking about now, man. Because I mean, I work. 181st. The elevator. They was working on the elevator there for a long time. The
Oh,
trains, right? So
still,
I'm
still,
working.
still
Yeah,
happening.
yeah, still happening over there. So I used to work. I used to be over there all the time, just working and stuff, doing whatever I'm doing. You know,
Yeah,
there's a Spanish food spot that got good breakfast. Like I think maybe 2 blocks up from 181st. Maybe I think it's 182nd or 183rd on the corner. It's a big restaurant, but they have breakfast there. Cheap
182nd,
breakfast.
183rd. Oh, restaurant.
Yeah, right up the block from the one train.
Oh, from the one train.
Yeah.
That's where I like to be. Saint Nick.
Yeah, Saint Nick. There you
That's
go. See
Saint
now look at
Nicholas.
your eyes. Oh, Saint Nick.
Oh,
Oh,
Saint
okay.
Nicholas. But the thing is like it was more fun when you're in high school. Like when you're in high school,
Right.
because a lot of them are going to they go to George Washington. So George Washington is up like 190th Street. So it's
Right.
so
I'm
George
telling
Washington is 190th Street, and they get back and you see like, oh man, they got out of school. So when you're in
Right.
high school, you're like, that's the bomb. Like,
Yeah. That's
it,
what I'm trying to
it's
say.
better. It's better to take the one train home. Like, yes, and then so there was one time I used to be a tutor. Like before I went to like when I was in college, I was a tutor at George Washington. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that's
what I'm trying
dope.
to
Like
say.
those are fly. Yeah.
But you said when you were in high school, those same girls are still your same age. You know what I'm saying? 40
I mean,
for
no,
40 year olds.
but usually they're 25, their mothers already like 25, 27, 28.
I know, but if they're 25, 27, 28, they were had their kids, but by the time they get 40 or whatever, the kids are grown now. So they back on the market.
I mean, I don't know.
They're
Right. I mean, nah,
back on the market, right?
right, but back in the day, Saint Nick, like if but it's funny, like and I was just passing through there, like for whatever reason. Like we have a yeshiva. I mean, man, I don't even want that. What a
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
it's a I mean, I don't even want to talk about that type of
Yeah,
topic.
I mean,
But we have a
all you're saying is there was a school up there. Okay, there was
yeah,
a school up there.
so there's a school like so there's this college chicks. I was going to mention that this college, but it's I was like, also I never paid attention. Like for whatever reason, I started like paying attention to that. I'm like, okay, so and it's mad deep. It's like in Amsterdam. Like you gotta You gotta really walk.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of steep hills over in that area.
I mean, I like white girls too. I'll take a risk on a Jewish chick.
Take a risk.
I mean, if it's a risky thing to say on live, like I'm like, yo, I don't want to say like what I'm saying, like I'm like, yo, man, I don't want to talk, I don't want to offend nobody, like, I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
Well,
But, like,
I mean, all right, to switch it off for Jewish people, right? Like Indian girls, right? You know what this Indian girl told me? We were just talking, right? And they asked her, like, would you date a black guy? Right? She was like, yeah. And we was looking at her like what? And she's like, well, how come you never dated a black guy? Because nobody ever talked to me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever talked to me.
They usually stick to their own culture too.
Yeah, they stick to the old culture, but that's the stigma. Because a lot of them are not like that. A lot of them are open to dating other kind of people too. So it's all about you, putting it out there.
Right.
All you could do is ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My man, I mighty finesse. It's so wild.
Indian girl small.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'll leave it. That's problematic, man. But everybody says something about every culture. Some people say black people smell. Some people say Chinese people smell. If you're
let
not
me tell you
used to.
something. So I was taking some classes lately. Like that's how I get myself out of the house.
Yeah.
So I'm taking like these I'm taking improv classes like once a week. Like it's like $20 a day, for a week. It's so great. So those Indian chick and she mad cool. Like I actually kind of like. I mean, I want to say I would ask her for her number, but like
He was vibing with her.
I was vibing, like, but she's not the typical. She must be like a little bit more. Like she must be probably if she's like like how she's probably rich and possibly Americanized.
She's from the
She goes
south
back
side
to
of
her
India.
country. She probably has money in her country. Like she's probably pretty big. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know, but you're assuming. She could just be just a cool chick.
But yeah, but she's like because her vibe was like, I never think like to go out with an Indian chick. I'm like Indian chick.
But she might be looking at you, so like, man, that guy, that guy Ralph, man, he looks like he seems like a millionaire or something. She might say that about you too. You don't know.
Right. Yeah. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun though. Like, but like so that's why I'm like, man. I usually would rule it out right away, But then I'm like, oh, she's cool. I wouldn't mind. Sometimes when the vibe is cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I these days that matters to me. I want to get along. I don't want to be arguing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not take the chance and just see what's up? All you can do is ask.
Right.
Because like, why keep yourself in the same rut, meeting the same kind of women? Find somebody else. Find all you got to do is say, hey, and be like, hey, there you go.
Yeah, I mean
that's it.
The idea is to have fun and just have a good time and just vibe. Yeah, but like to be like, I don't know, man. It also there's another thing too. Like, this YouTube thing is consuming. Like, like I've been thinking about that. Like, I'm like, wow, like, how many more hours am I gonna be doing this?
Well, we've been on 2 hours and like 30 minutes right now.
Well, this one with you is only like 1 hour. Like or 2 hours. It's only one day a week with you. That's easy to do. It's it's behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like the other stuff that I do, because believe you me, I'm always doing a lot of stuff when it comes to this. Like,
yeah. So Amani Finesse is giving us some game. He said, "Don't be scared. Just go up. Say, hey, how's your day? You know what the number one thing is. Hey, do you know what time it is? Oh, it's blah 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 time.
But I'll be honest with you, like I'm pro foreign. You know what I mean? I'm more pro foreign than I am like trying to date with a girl who's from New York. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I ain't trying to put up with that. Like,
yeah, I mean, but you're only going from what you experienced. It might not be the same experience every single time.
That's true.
Well, what I was saying about the time, I remember one time I'm at work, right? And then, I'm sitting there just waiting my turn, not even paying attention to the girl next to me. She asked me, hey, you know what time it is? And And I said, oh, it's about 11 o'clock or so. She goes, oh, okay. Oh, wow, man. It's blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, like 2 days later, you know, we're like, you know, doing like the horizontal polka somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I just met. All she did was ask me what time it was. Next thing you know, we got a whole fucking relationship happening in 2.2 seconds, you know? So I mean, it
She
happens
asked you a question and bam.
yeah, one simple question. She asked me a question, and the next thing you know, I'm in like me and her we on a full on relationship,
Damn.
just like that. You know,
This was another chick or your wife?
and this is so many years ago that you know.
Oh, so many years ago. Okay.
Yeah, eons ago.
Man, I wish I would have stayed in college. Somebody shout out to man. I wish I want to go back to college now. Like lately, I want to go back to college now. Like
I want to go back to college too, but if I go back to college, I'm gonna be standing outside with in a minivan, giving out free Jordans and
right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Hey, you want some Jordans?
No, but for real though, for real. Like lately, I've been like, yo, me like
Dirty
I want to go
white.
to college, and I feel like now I'm more I'm more I'm wise enough to hold my own. You know what I mean? In college, like I could get my job done. I can do my studies, and I can date if if the situation, because it's a situation like if I went to what college you went to I heard.
I mean, I went to quite a few. I went to City College for a little while. I went to BMCC for a little while.
Well, I did BMCC too, but my first one was City Tech
Okay,
in J Street, Brooklyn. Like that's where I was. Man, I love City Tech.
you were talking about women. There's a lot of women down there too.
Yeah, now see that's the thing. Like me, I'm from my hand. If I go to Brooklyn and I meet a chick who's from Brooklyn, around Brooklyn or Queens, whatever, like that, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, cool, because like I ain't trying to meet a chick from my neighborhood. I ain't.
But not for nothing, the Brooklyn chicks are the best to me. You want to talk
I
about
believe
down to
you.
earth girls and stuff like that? You find a lot of chill chicks in Brooklyn.
Yo, and there was some dimes that I'm like, damn, I still remember her. Like, damn,
Yeah. You probably should have stayed in contact, man, because you know, Brooklyn chicks know how to party and they got friends. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
man, but that was when I didn't have $1 in my pocket. I was depending on my Pell Grant, like
Yo, the Pell Grant. Yeah, I used to be hustling off the Pell
yeah,
Grant. You got that Pell Grant freaking $600 or $1,200, whatever it was. You get like $1,100. How you flip that shit? Instead of getting books, I'm out doing other shit with the money.
yeah. I used to shop at Tenant Trails a lot. I used to love going to Tenant Trails.
Yeah, it's good memories, man. So I think you want to start a dating podcast. That's what I think you want to start.
A dating podcast?
Yeah, I think that's what you want. You want to talk about chicks. That's what you
Well,
want.
I'm not an expert. I mean, I don't. I wish I dated a lot, but I really don't date a lot.
You should, man. Why not? You know, you like to go to down in where you go to the gym at. That's a good place to meet interesting people. Right in that area.
Yeah, I was there today. So at the gym, I see too many chicks there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of places there to hang out that you can
There's a lot of classes though, so maybe if like I'm gonna look into classes, like they lately.
Well, up Columbus.
Yo, speaking of it, and I thought I read that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was because I learned how to take. I used to take salsa classes too. That was fun too.
Yeah.
Like I used to take some salsa classes. I took it for 2 or 3 months, downtown Manhattan. $20, $20 a class. There's a lot of chicks there too.
Yeah.
That was it, and it was fun. So I had a good time doing that.
Yeah, so you should probably do that again.
That was before COVID. Like COVID hit, and now it's like, who's gonna try to touch each other like now? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Salsa classes are the best though. A lot of rubbing.
Dope.
There's a lot of rubbing going on.
Yeah.
That's where you got the chain from, right? You got that chain during that time.
Nah.
You had the chain out. You was doing it. Dun, 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 dun,
Nah. But I was learning 3 steps, but is it 2 steps back and 3 steps forward, something like that. So yeah, because I always wanted to learn how to dance salsa. Like that's the ultimate. You know, learning how to dance salsa is like once if you know how to dance salsa, you're all you know. I feel like you did it. You did it. You know, women love guys who in the
You didn't
Spanish
grow up with that
culture who
shit
can
though.
dance salsa.
You didn't grow up with all that shit though.
I know how to dance merengue. I know and bachata, but the salsa was kind of tough.
Yeah.
That takes work. Salsa, but the music is good and the dance is really good.
They're similar though, right? Merengue, and salsa. They're kind of similar. You don't think so?
Sorry, now I'm in the comments. What was the question?
Then they're not similar, merengue and salsa.
No, it's not similar. No. So salsa, I think salsa's the best ever.
Yeah, salsa's dope.
Salsa's the best.
Compa is nice too, man. He's the Haitian music, the way they dance the compa, that's nice too. It's very very sexy.
Okay.
Compa.
But mind if there's not too many chicks on the gym.
I mean, you know, meeting chicks in the gym, man, that's like the worst place to meet chicks, man. While they're working out and stuff. Yeah. And you know, it would have to be something where you guys become friends day to day, not necessarily try to holler at a chick at the gym.
Right.
Yeah. I've met friends at the gym where we go on and then later on we do stuff, but not hollering at somebody at the gym. I don't think that's a good idea.
Mm. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to do what I could with the improv class. You know, so I just like that's one thing. That's the thing to do. Like take classes, try to take some classes, and I think that's the best way. Like, you know, whether it's college or whether it's a stupid class that I take, and you know, just put myself in the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. All right, so let's wrap it up, man. We've been wrapping it up for 50 minutes.
I'm with you on this.
You know, we literally been wrapping it up for like an hour to 50 minutes already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we can always talk forever and stuff. But definitely, we'll do something, man. I know you got stuff that you want to do on your channel too, man. So I'll be glad to come on and help you.
Yeah, down the line. Yes. Now with that would be a great idea.
Also, too, I want to pop up on you on a Spaces too.
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, I feel like being frisky.
I'm so far behind.
I'm feeling frisky, man. I feel like jumping on the Spaces and talk about, man, fuck you, suck my dick. That's what I want to say. I want to get on the Spaces, you know.
Nah,
fuck
just
you, RJ. Shit.
Say what you just said about RJ and go on Twitter just so you can get slaughtered over there.
Nah, whatever. I mean, you go on Twitter Spaces with that intention to do that stuff, man.
Yeah, but
it's like going on. I'll be a troll.
They're hypersensitive. You know Twitter. Twitter's real petty.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. All right, man. We up out of here. This has been Die Hard Knicks. What do you call it? Knicks Roundup. Once again, this is the next few games that we got playing next here. Coming up here, this is the Nets. We play the Nets, Detroit, Oklahoma City, and then Utah. The next 4 games. I think we can go 3-1. You know, you say 2-2, right?
Watch the Pistons beat us. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, it's possible all 4 teams could beat us, man. But it is what it is.
Mm.
You know, but I'm hoping that we can cheat and get 3 of these because that West Coast trip is gonna be rough. You know, playing against.
Oh yeah, I got to look into the West Coast trip.
Yeah, it's really quick. Right there, there's right
Denver,
there.
Golden State. Who else?
And Phoenix, and then OKC. That's the West Coast trip.
How's
5
Phoenix
games.
doing?
They okay. You know, they could be doing better. They got injuries. They got a lot of injuries they're dealing with, but they're still doing whatever they're still doing the same thing.
Okay. All right, man. So we'll chop it up. You got them going 3-1. I'm staying with 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2 is probably what they're gonna do. But that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for 3-1. So we'll see what happens, man. So yeah, I'll definitely see you next Tuesday. If not, I'll probably see you maybe sooner, depending on what we got going on and stuff.
Okay, next Tuesday. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
oh, but you said Tuesday's a watch along on Tuesday?
Yeah, because we play Utah on Tuesday at 9. You know, that's what time we started the pod today, about 9:30.
Right.
So I mean, you know, they're playing Utah, so I'm definitely going to be doing a watch along. So
okay,
you know, if you want to pop on and watch the game with me,
figure that out.
All right.
Behind the scenes, I'm doing a lot of work too on my side.
All right.
There's a lot of things that I got some ideas, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. You just need time. You need time to
But
figure stuff out.
but I always come through on Tuesdays at 9, so I'll see. But I don't know. I mean, I don't. Let's see. Something to think about.
Yeah, he needs you. Chick Dog said you need Tibbs to teach you how to
They're killing me.
give you that hard D. Pause. Oh my God. On that note, we out of here. Peace, Raph.
Peace
To the chat. See you guys later. We up out of here. Get that exit out of here. Peace.